Testing. There we go. I think we're live. And look who popped in already. Oh, that ain't going to work.
That was good. That was good.
Clicked the wrong button. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. We shut this music off. There we go.
I kind of like the little, sounds like raindrops.
You like that? I found something new for a change.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Terry.
How's everybody doing tonight? Can you hear me fine, Charlotte?
I can hear you perfectly. How about you?
I'm not too loud, am I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I hear you.
I'm half deaf, so, you know.
Well, I hear you. You sound good.
Okay, great.
Darn it. There we go. I've been playing today.
So what do you think of this picture?
Looks good.
Doesn't it?
Looks good.
I wish I had a little more color and depth, but that's my problem, not the camera's problem. That's just, you know, the lighting and all of that. And
which camera are you using tonight?
The one that you sent me.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks great. I'm so tickled with it.
So you left it running for a while and it didn't overheat?
I didn't do anything. We're testing it tonight.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
I tried it for maybe 3 to 5 minutes of when it first came in, and I've had it sitting here waiting for tonight.
Well, there's something else I thought of yesterday on the way to work. I kind of daydream about stuff, and you said you had your camera plugged into the Chromebook.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Chromebook running off a battery? No.
Well, I have it plugged in.
I mean, when you're live. What I'm getting at is, and Wesley will back me up on this, I think, sometimes if a piece of equipment can't get enough current, they'll overheat. They can get the proper voltage, but if they can't get the proper flow of electricity to them, sometimes they'll starve and get hot.
Well, now that's an interesting concept.
And if that's the case, then you could get what they call a powered USB hub.
Hey, honey.
For like $20.
Buy me a powered USB hub.
Well, you may not need it.
Well, just in case I do, I need one.
But what it is, I mean, it's just a little USB hub that you plugs into your computer. You can plug other things into it. But if it's a powered plug, then it comes with a little power brick.
Okay.
So it has its own power because your Chromebook may not have enough juice to
transfer it
to drive the cameras too, because that's where it gets all of its power from, is that USB cord.
Right. Well, I will say, and I don't know if this matters or not, but when I have a camera plugged in, I always have the computer plugged in as well into
It could be the draw on the USB port itself.
It could be, yeah.
But we'll know tonight if this camera overheats and goes out, then you'll know.
Won't we? Yeah.
Two cameras shouldn't go out, together.
No, it shouldn't. And of course, I've always got my old fuzzy backup plan too. So.
It looks good. It looked good tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it tremendously. Because you may have just elevated the channel just a little bit.
Well, it didn't make a lot of sense letting it gather dust around here.
Well, I do appreciate it so much.
You're very welcome.
Hey, you know what?
What's
So
that?
I was looking at my lilies today,
Hmm.
and they're growing.
Yeah.
In because I have them in the filter in a grow bag with some dirt and rocks in it. Okay,
Okay.
because I figured that's kind of a similar environment that they came from.
As
Similar.
long as their feet are wet, I think.
Oh, definitely wet.
Well, if it's in soil and it's so saturated, it should be happy, I
Yeah,
would think.
it's saturated.
Because at that point, your soil is just the anchor.
Right. So, but here's something I noticed. Now they're growing beautifully and they're gonna eventually, I expect blooms and everything. But the freeze that we have, all that snow, it's because I was pulling out the dead grass like you told me to, right?
Hmm.
And all of the edges are burned from the freeze.
Well, mine are too.
Just a little tiny bit
Yeah.
where it looks like maybe the whole piece had burned and it fell off. And it's so funny looking, but it's so beautiful. The color is just incredible. That burgundy, I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, I told you I skinned mine back all the way back to the crown on
Wow.
on on one of them, just see what it would do.
Right.
That was 2 weeks ago, and it's probably got 3 inches of growth on it already.
Oh, wow.
We were talking this morning about it. So you couldn't believe how fast it was growing.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. And I can't tell you how many water lily leaves I've got floating all over my pond.
I'll bet.
The older it gets, the more it produces as far
Right.
as the leaves go. Now, I'm sure,
Right.
I don't know if it'll produce more flowers. I don't know if it's just one flower at a time. So I've only got two down there right now. What I should do, I don't know if I do it the end of the season or the beginning of the spring, like in the fall or the spring. But I want to divide them again and put more pots in there.
Divide them now.
Divide them now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The nastiest clay soil you can find, just
Yeah.
whatever hold them down.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, generally you might get two blooms at a time.
Hmm.
Might get lucky and get three, but generally one or two at a time.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you feed them good, as soon as one goes down, you got another one coming up.
Right. It's so funny. I just read that old saying recently that said the first year they creep, the second year, no, first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. And this will be the third year of my water lilies. So I'm hoping for some
Time,
magic.
time to leap.
It is definitely time to leap.
Let's see who all's in here. You got
Okay.
Terry's in here tonight. Welcome, Terry.
Hi,
Tom's here.
Marcel.
Tom's here.
Yay.
Uh, Marcel's here.
Yeah.
We're
Some of our favorite folks.
got a pretty good turnout
Darn right.
for being this early, this late.
This early, this late. A lot of times, the later we go, the more people come in. Because, night owls and all.
Well,
Um,
we don't want no night owl fakers around here.
no, we don't. Can't have that. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to work a little bit on my diamond painting.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
I might not be looking at the camera the whole time. Well, I haven't worked on it in probably a week. And I don't want to start next week off with very little done. I want to, because, when people look at it, they're expecting them to see some progress.
Uh-oh, Terry. What have you done now?
I'm all kind of confused. I think my dad and stepmom took my drunk ex home with them or home to her house. 2 weeks today. Oh, Terry, oh, man.
That's a pretty good accomplishment.
Yes, it is. I'm so proud of you, Terry.
So other than being miserable without a cigarette, how do you feel?
I'll tell you how he feels.
How does he feel, Charlotte?
Like he wants to burn his parents' house down, maybe. I don't know, maybe like he wants to go chop down 100 trees.
So
Um,
I told you here a while back I bought three more little koi,
yes.
and
What'd you do?
I put all three of them in the upper pond,
Okay.
and two of them rascals escaped within
Escaped.
24 hours and got down into the bigger pond.
Yeah.
And I have been hunting that other one. I didn't see it for 2 months. I
What?
thought birds got her, or really I thought it probably jumped out
Oh,
and
and
ended up in a flower bed somewhere.
did Harry Carey?
Well, I saw it the other day,
What?
and well, the other day, maybe 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I have been trying to catch that sucker. Every time I see it, I built the thing natural,
Uh-huh.
so the fish should have hiding places from
Sure. Yeah.
predators.
Right.
Well, that keeps me from getting them too. So today, I told Vicky, I says, I'm going to catch that fish today. So I put a siphon hose up there and started draining the pond until I flushed it out.
Oh my gosh.
But
Oh
I got it. I got it. I got it down in the lower pond where it's got a lot more room. It's got some buddies down there now.
right.
But
Good grief.
I drained that thing down within about 2 inches.
Oh my god. I've
But I
got to
got it, and it looks
find
gorgeous.
I was just telling Poppy today because well, today we
Looky here. Hey, Uncle Steve, how you doing?
hey Uncle Steve, how are you?
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing good. I got a text from Kent. I got a text from Kent a little while ago. Uh, I'll send whatever you need. I'm not sure what it's all about, but I'm an open book, so I'll get you hooked up. I know that's cryptic, but that's all I know.
There you go. Um so we did a we got most of the garden finished.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. The only
Meaning built, not
yes.
planted.
Oh, it's mostly planted now too.
Oh, good for you. You're ahead of the game then.
Well, I don't know. I feel
You're,
like I'm
let me
behind.
let me rephrase that. You're ahead of me.
Oh. um, I got my tomatoes in, cucumbers, peppers. Planted some candy roaster squash seeds and some pole beans, um, onions, just the little green onions, not the bulb
Yeah,
onions.
yeah. I like
And
those better anyway.
I do too. I do too. And then I've got two more beds that need to be built, and we've decided. Well, I decided. Your Poppy's like, yeah, whatever you want me to do.
Yeah.
But I decided to add a couple of more beds. So I've got to buy two more for inside the garden, and then I've got to buy six more for the outside of the garden. Because
Okay.
what I'm going to do is in the front of the garden, I'm going to put four, either 4 4-foot containers or two 8-foot containers. Okay, 8 long, and I'm going to put my blueberries in there
Oh, okay.
every like 4 feet because I've got six of them. So I'm going to divide it up into six, whatever. So then I'm going to put flowers in between so it can be pretty and fun and fruitful, you know. And then down the side of the garden, I'm just going to plant nothing but flowers. Probably zinnias, cosmos, and sunflowers.
Well, we were going to go to the nursery today, but it rained off and on all day, just enough to keep things wet.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to go tromping around in the mud.
I don't blame you. We had to go this morning to get some soil. By the way, Home Depot has their
Don't do it. Don't do it. I, Vicky, Vicky was telling me this morning. She said we need to go to Lowe's pick up some more potting soil or something. I said you got 2 bags in the greenhouse now. She said
Oh,
when did you get? She said when did you get those? I said last time Charlotte said they had a sale. What was it? What was it? 10 bags?
it
What
was,
four bags for $10 or
I
something
think
like
so.
that? Maybe
Well,
5 for 10.
okay, you're gonna be mad with yourself. It's only the 0.75 cubic feet, but this stuff's expensive now. It's not 4 for $10 anymore.
I'll bet.
It's 2 for $10 at Lowe's for their Stay Green. And it's, I think Home Depot has a similar sale on their Kellogg's or something,
Uh huh.
but they've got their 0.75 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow for $2.
Well, I mean, I guess this is man logic.
Okay.
This is man logic.
Okay.
We buy a bag of dirt,
Mm-hmm.
goes in a flower pot. One
Right.
one plant goes in there, dies in 2 weeks. That pot sits around all summer with that dirt in it. I think it's still good next spring.
Oh, definitely is.
But around here, we seem to have to dump them pots and buy new soil. And I said, no, we don't need that.
No. Now, all I would do is maybe refresh it and put a little bit of fresh soil on top, but I would not get rid of my soil.
The only difference between it and what's in the bag is it dried a little bit
That's right. That's it.
because nothing lived long enough to leach any of the nutrients out
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. No. The soil that I'm using in most of my garden beds right now
Yeah.
is soil that we put in there 5 years ago when we first moved here. We freshen it up every year and we put a new layer on top. And I might throw rabbit poop all over it, or chicken compost.
Right.
But we turn that stuff over and we use it. I don't. Soil is too expensive to be going and buying it and throwing it out.
That's what I think.
That's insane to me.
That's what I think too.
Yep.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I didn't say that, Mrs. Grumpus.
She can't hear anything.
Dang it. See, she's gonna think that I'm in cahoots against her one of these days. Dang
No,
it.
she can't hear anything.
Okay.
I mean, everything's muted.
Yeah, but she might go back and watch all
See,
your
I got.
videos.
Oh, she don't watch my stuff.
Oh,
See, I got this.
what is that?
Well, let me change this so you can see it. There we go. See that?
Oh yeah. So whenever you're on, when
If
you're
that's on, she knows the camera's on.
so she doesn't mess with you.
Well, so she don't flush too loud.
Oh,
So, so.
see now
But I
that.
told her, I says, if that light's on, then that means I got my headphones on. Because
And then
she can only hear what I'm saying. She can't hear anybody else.
Oh, I see. Well, that sign would never work in my house because nothing is sacred here.
Well, I mean, I'm not afraid of her being online. She just scared to death she's going to walk in and be on camera
Oh, bless her heart.
at a very inappropriate time.
Oh, well, already then.
Which I told her, I said, there's channels for that.
There is channels for that. And that's why I wear sweaters online, because if I don't want to wear a bra, I'm covering myself up. I don't care what my dad said when I was a kid. I'm not doing business, but I might be advertising a little bit. So there's that. But I try not to let,
Well, I know.
I'm just trying to be.
It's hard for me to keep my shirt on too.
I know it is. I mean, look, you hung out with DJ a little too long and took
I'm
yours
afraid
off.
DJ is steal my thunder.
I know, right?
Well, speaking of dirt, I've got about probably 2 pickup loads sitting in my driveway.
Are you kidding me? Well, you don't need no $2 Miracle.
My well, no, that you wouldn't want to plan this. My brother came down from Dallas this week with a crew of 4 to raise the foundation of my house.
Oh my.
So he dug 19 piers around the front and side of my house,
Oh my gosh.
and he digs. It's about a probably 2 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot deep hole under the foundation, and then he drills down. I'm going to guess it's maybe 8 or 10 inch bit that he's got. He drills all the way down until he hits solid rock. So I've got these big holes with drilled down 12 feet that he filled full of concrete. So the concrete's got to set up a week, and he's coming back down next week and is going to jack up the house and put some concrete piers under that.
Okay.
And then all this dirt coming out of them holes will go back in.
Okay. Okay.
But there was 19 of those dudes, and all that dirt sitting in my driveway.
Oh my gosh. For another week.
But I mean, it's all right. It doesn't bother me, but
Okay.
it's a lot of dirt.
It sounds like it. So were you having foundation problems?
Oh yeah, I've been having settling for
Okay.
gosh, years, probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a gap on the back of my garage. It's probably half-inch wide in the brick,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it seemed to be the front of the house. He didn't have to put no piers in the back,
Isn't that crazy?
but everything from the 2 gates, fence gates forward, he came around and jacked them up. So I've got 3 big holes in front of the garage opening.
Uh-huh.
I got 4 along one side and 3 along the back side of it.
I'll be darned.
But it just doesn't make sense. These builders come in here and they've scalped the ground down to
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
and then they'll fill it up full of sand and build a house on it.
And build a house on it. Right. Yeah.
Hey Simon, how you doing?
No support under it, no nothing.
Good to
Hey,
see you.
Simon.
So, anyways, long overdue.
Yeah.
And we had talked about it several times, and in fact, we talked about it just maybe a week or so ago.
Right.
And I said, sometime when it works in your schedule, if you want to do it, come on down. I'll pay you like anybody else.
Right. Right.
Well, he called me Monday and said it's supposed to rain up in Dallas all week, so we're coming down. I
That's
had maybe 18-hour notice.
Holy Toledo. So now, did you have to make any preparations at all?
Well, I've got a lot of river rock around up beside the house, but I moved come home Monday night, moved maybe 4 or 5 wheelbarrow loads of that, but that barely made a dent in it.
Right. Right.
So, and he told me, he said, leave it. His guys would take care of it. So they moved what they needed to get the holes dug.
Right. Nice. Nice. And that'll be a load off of your mind too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know when something is wrong with the place, well, my house. Of course, this one isn't mine yet. I don't know if it will be. But I can't stop thinking about it till it's fixed. And that's just how I'm wired that way.
Oh, I get used to it.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, I've got several doors in the house. Well, I got one closet door won't latch because the jambs bowed out so much from the foundation moving. And I got the other one here in the computer room where I'm at. It won't close. It bangs. So,
Oh.
I mean, I got one room, he said, drop 3 inches from one side to the other.
Holy Toledo.
So
You're not going to have to do any work on the inside of the house, are you?
no, I shouldn't.
I
Have
hope
to.
not, because that's a mess. No,
I do have a little bit of tile to put down in one of the bathrooms. But,
Do you?
I told her I'm not going to do that till we get done moving the
yeah.
slab around.
Definitely.
So as soon as he's done, I'll have more work to do after he's done than what I had before he showed up.
These
Hey,
yahoos that live next door to me are almost finished with their 18-month-long flip.
Well, it took. Hey Tom, how you doing? Good to see you guys.
Like, how in the world do you flip a house and it takes you a year and a half to get it done? I don't understand that.
Well, Charlotte, when I did the final walkthrough on this place,
Right.
it was new. We
Yeah.
did the final walkthrough and had a couple cabinet doors was kind of askew, and and they said they'd take care of that. I said, don't worry about it. I do that kind of work. I'll take care of it myself.
Right.
Because a lot of times, a lot of times, most of the time,
They
you know,
don't want to do it right anyway.
the handyman that they send in to fix this stuff is not the guy that built the house.
Right.
You got a one-eyed dwarf with a bad hand comes in here,
Jeez.
and I didn't want him jacking with my cabinets.
I understand that 100%.
So I finally adjusted them doors about 2 years ago.
And you've been there, what, 30 years?
They're 40 years.
Oh my God, that is so funny. See, and we need a new front door, and I'm just going to buy it, with the, help me out. Not just the slab, but the pre-hung
The
part.
door, yeah, the door jamb.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it all together. But there's a gap. I can look out. It's probably like this
Yeah,
on the side that it's closed, where the doorknob is. It's about
right.
this much.
Yeah.
And then it goes up narrow, but then on the bottom, it's the opposite. So the whole thing is wonky. The threshold is rotted. So I'm thinking that even if we don't buy this place, I might just go ahead and fix that myself.
Well, I've got the original front door. It's looking kind of poorly, but it hadn't rotted yet.
Well, is it a
About-
wood door?
Yeah. I've always had a storm door in front of it, so we're gonna pull it down as soon as the weather breaks and probably paint it.
Oh,
Give
I
it a
would.
sanding job and paint it. And
Either
put it
that
back
or
up.
sand it down and stain it real pretty. It'd be nice.
For those of you that don't know, Tom Lockhart is my nephew.
Hello, Tom.
He's back there in the woods where they all look alike.
Don't tell me where the family tree don't branch too much now. Listen to him making fun of you,
But I'm
Tom.
glad to see Tom pop in here. I don't know why he's up so late.
Well, it's Saturday. That's one good reason.
Oh, shoot, hang on.
Okay.
Okay, that's my 11:30 alarm to take my meds.
Well, you better take your medicine then.
It goes off in the morning. It goes off in the afternoon, or tonight.
Yeah.
So when it went off this morning, I was out on deck having my coffee. So I just hit the dismiss button, and I just now realized I never took them.
Don't do that. I do that. When I first started taking my medicine, that's what I did too.
That's the
And I
hardest thing.
sometimes
Trying to
I would
remember.
go days without it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to make me more sick than I really am if I keep doing this.
I just can't remember. It's the
hard.
goofiest thing. I used to get on Vicky all the time. How in the hell can you not remember to take your medicines? It affects both of us. I went through the whole dramatic thing, and now,
Yeah,
now the worm has turned.
that's right. My son, I've got him a pill case, and because he takes 1, 2, 3, he's on 3 different medications now, but that's down from about 7.
Yeah, I take 7 in the morning and 6 in the evening.
And and that's not including his migraine medicine, to stop a migraine when it starts. But
I hear you, Simon.
remind him every morning. I have to run, and he's got an alarm on his phone to remind him, and he'll sit right there, turn it off, and forget
That's exactly what I did today.
in front of me. And I'm like, hey,
Simon, could you set yours at 11:30 and just call me?
just call me. Oh, that's funny.
Maybe getting up to answer the phone would be what I needed to get in the other room and take
Right?
him.
Well, sometimes you just don't want to be bothered to get up.
Well, I'm
Like
thinking,
when you're
okay,
having coffee on your deck, and you're like,
I'll get up,
no, I'm not interrupting my coffee to go do that.
I'll get up and get another cup in a minute, and that's when I'll take it.
Yeah. So I get it.
Simon hits the snooze.
He hits the snooze.
two,
So it
two
keeps
to four
reminding
times.
you over and over.
Yes.
Good
Hey,
God.
Susie. Good to see you.
Hey there. Yours goes off at 8, 2, and 8. Um, so get this. We had an interesting week this week. Murphy broke his foot skateboarding.
No, that's news.
Well, it happened like a month ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
He was
sorry.
he was in his boot for about 3, maybe 4 weeks, okay? And he just took it off last week. Well, he come in here day before yesterday, he said, "Mom, I think I got an ingrown toenail." Well, he's never had an ingrown toenail before in his life. So I looked at it. This boy had tried to dig it out himself
What's what we do?
and pulled skin off of his toe. I mean, it looked so mangled. And I said, "Yeah, you're going to the doctor because I'm scared to mess with this."
Hey,
So,
KB. Thanks for stopping.
yeah,
Hope you have a good
apparently,
evening.
um, he caused an infection in it. So now he has, not only does he still recovering from the sprained ankle part of the broken foot, but he's got an ingrown toenail that's keeping him from being able to walk normal. And he leaves Tuesday to go to Washington, D.C. to march in a parade.
Well, that march is going to feel real good.
Ain't it? Right down Pennsylvania Avenue. About a mile and a half. Well, and not only that, but they're going to Mount Vernon. They're going to Busch Gardens. They're going to oh, the all the monuments, the Lincoln and the
Yeah, he'll
all the,
be he'll be thinking about that DIY project on his foot.
right. And well, I told him he needs to go ahead and take his crutches with him just in case he gets too tired to, or he gets, like in pain or whatever. I said, ain't gonna be nothing wrong with you walking using those crutches a little bit.
That man child, he'll tough
He
it
won't
out.
do it. He'll
He'll
tough it
tough it
out.
out.
Well, the only thing that really concerns me about this trip, y'all got to understand something. I know he's 16 years old and I know he's almost grown, but he's never spent more than about 12 hours away from home.
Yeah, but if he takes crutches, he won't be able to lean on them girls' shoulders to help him
There's
around.
one girl in. Look, oh, here's another thing we did today. Let me tell you, renting a tux ain't cheap. I'm just saying that.
It wasn't 50 years ago. I don't know what it is now.
Well, it ain't what it was 20 years ago. I just dropped $230 for one night in a tuxedo.
Hmm.
I was so disgusted. But now that does include the shoes and everything he needs, and they fit him. He's got an odd size little miniature body, man body. He don't weigh but about 102 pounds. And
Well, we've been having a lot of discussions here lately, and I told Vicky I think I need to rent a tuxedo to be buried in.
why?
Just rent something nice. You don't have to take it back.
Nice, and then never give it back.
I mean, what are they going to do?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think he's going to look really handsome because he picked out a black. The pants are black. The shirt is, of course, a white tuxedo shirt with the black tie and all of that. But he's getting a red jacket. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to kind of look like a zoot suit or something. I think it's going to be so cute. But now his
1988.
girl is wearing, I call it the Roger Rabbit dress.
Ooh.
Well, look, she's a stunning young lady. She's beautiful. She does not have the Roger Rabbit accoutrement.
Oh, well, there goes the slow dances.
Exactly. So, maybe one of these days she can buy some. You never know. But she definitely looks like a healthy teenage boy. But But I'll tell you, she is a stunning girl. Beautiful girl. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, that fairy may show up before it's over with.
Well, and that's, that happened to my girls. They didn't, uh, they were late bloomers, put it that way. All three of them. So thank God.
Pac-Man sport coat.
A Pac-Man? Is that what
Yeah.
he said? Today was prom for my cousin, and a Pac-Man. The kids wear a lot. It's not like it used to be when they dress up. They do their own thing, and I think that is so cool. Because back when I was a kid in high school, everybody kind of looked like little clones of each other.
Formal meant formal.
Well, and formal did mean formal, and but I told my son today. I said, "Look here, your job at the prom is to do nothing but make her feel like a princess. And if you accomplish that, then you will have done your job." Because that's what little girls want. Prom is Princess Day, you know?
Yeah.
And I told
That's
him, I said,
that's where it starts.
right. And so we're going to make a reservation for them to go to dinner before the prom. And Poppy and I are going to be chauffeurs. I'm going to make us little hats, crochet some chauffeur hats. And now I'm not wearing no black suit, but I might put on a pair of black breeches. Um, but I just thought it would, because, she can drive, but Murphy cannot. And I don't want him riding in the car with a teenager. I don't let any of my teenagers ride in cars with teenagers because that makes no sense to me.
So they're going to ride with you guys?
Yeah, we're going to chauffeur them everywhere they want to go.
Oh, okay.
And we're not going to look in the rearview mirror, and we're just going to let them
Come
be.
on, Mom. You know better than that.
I'm not. I'm not either. I will not. I'm just going to let them be young people and do what young people do.
Uh-oh.
I don't care. Well, see now. I told Poppy the other day that he needed to make a trip to Walgreens this weekend,
Yeah.
and
Uh-oh.
she's going to be on the trip to DC as well.
I
And
know
I
where
said,
this is going.
"You know what you need to do, Poppy, right? Because I'm not feeding no more mouths. I'm not doing it. I'm almost finished. If one of these kids throws a monkey wrench in my plan, they're on their own. They are on their own. I mean, I'll pay for it, but I'm not going to be responsible for none of it. I might pay a little bit, not a lot. Not a lot. God. It's terrifying. I was not this terrified to have teenagers when I was in my 30s.
Well, that's because you were still in a hopeless situation. Now you're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel.
That's exactly right.
There actually is an end to all of this.
That's exactly right. There is, and I'm looking forward to it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Terry.
What'd Terry say? School trip. Oh, Terry, hush your mouth right now. Hush your mouth.
All right. So, Terry, what'd your mom say when y'all were in the car together?
Hey, look, if my son would have done what he was supposed to do and got his driver's license, guess what? He'd be able to drive her himself.
Oh, there you go.
But he did not. So guess who's driving? We are. Actually, I might stay home and just let Poppy do the driving. Because I know this is a young lady.
That explains a lot, Terry.
She's so sweet. But she likes to talk a lot. When she gets around me, she wants to talk to me. And I don't want her to do that if we're driving them on the prom. I don't want her spending her time talking to me. She needs to be talking to him because he's her date, you know? So maybe I should just,
Yeah, but maybe he don't want to hear it. There's always that.
you might be onto something. Because my son is a man of very few words.
Yeah, he don't want to interrupt her.
Well, no, he don't. Of course, if she's talking, she's not using it in other ways either.
Well,
So
that's true too. That's true.
I'm just saying. You know, I told somebody the other day that,
he's gonna rewatch this and just cringe.
well, here's the thing. He'll learn that his mama ain't stupid, right? I'm a little more educated than he thinks I am. I can't imagine why, but
Well, you should have 7 kids reading books.
there you go. There you go. Somebody asked me one time, "Don't you know what causes that?" I looked at him. I said, "In fact, I do, and I'm quite good at it."
There you go.
I thought, you insolent little turd. Of course, those are not the words I actually.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He shut up real quick, though.
So have you still got plants to go by, or have you got all your seeds started? What's going on?
I really don't have any more plants to buy. Look, I have. Let me tell you what I got.
I have got to get that grapevine planted. That thing's grown about 1.5 feet.
What kind of
This
grape
week.
is it? Is it a muscadine or?
I don't remember. I'd have to go look at the tag.
I've got Katy apricot. I got some mulberry tree that Mona sent me. I just ordered a Cara orange tree, and it should be here next Monday. I've got a Meyer lemon, a Satsuma, a Camise pear, a nectarine tree, and 6 brand new blueberry bushes and 3 old blueberry bushes.
Wow.
So those are the plants that I really wanted this year. I wanted to start a little backyard orchard, and that's what I've got.
You're going to be able to eat your way from one side of the garden to the next.
That's what I'm hoping. Well, I mean, it's going to take time,
Yeah.
but hopefully I get to live long enough to see all of it do what it's supposed to do. My hope is that if one of these days the kids can take these trees and disperse them amongst themselves and
Yeah.
be able to use them.
Well, I wished I had a little room for trees. I don't have any room for trees at all.
I don't have a lot, but I'm putting them in pots. I'm just dotting the yard with them.
And I have pictures of 2 stumps that I dug up by hand. One was a magnolia tree next to the pond, and that thing was probably, oh gosh, a good 2-foot diameter trunk.
I know that was a job.
I've got pictures you would not believe. That root and the root ball and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I used an engine hoist on an A-frame that I built to help pull that thing up.
Oh my gosh!
And
what did you do about the feeder roots? Did you just dig around all of the roots?
I started digging and sawzawing and hydraulic jacking and all. I mean, it took forever. At that point, I didn't care if I ever saw another tree again.
Oh yeah.
And then my bay tree, I had
You have a bay laurel?
I had a really nice bay tree that it came home in one little 4-inch pots, about 6 inches tall, and it got thrown in a flower bed. I didn't think it'd ever live, and it grew up, but it was so close to the house.
Yeah.
That it was rubbing my shingles, and I finally had to cut that down. But people come over, and I'd hand them a branch of bay leaves, and It was nice. It really tasted good,
I would love to have a bay tree. I
but
would
it
love that.
it got about maybe about 18 inches at the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally had to get it out, or it was going to tear my house
Well,
up.
and that's what they do, those trees, if you get them to when we first bought our house over in the other neighborhood, somebody had planted crepe myrtles like they were little bushes right next
Yeah,
to the house. And we had to cut crepe myrtle out of the roof of our house.
I
It
don't
was
doubt it.
we had a metal roof and it was just growing right into the tree.
Yeah.
Poppy dug up both roots, and same as your situation, the root balls were
Oh, it was huge.
enormous.
I mean, that's one reason I remodeled my pond because I had to dig. I had such a big hole from that magnolia tree that I just got more liner and just doubled the size of my pond. Well, I increased it maybe 50%,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
but that's what started all that was that tree coming down.
I'll be darned. Um.
It was a beautiful tree, but it was dropping something all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I love them. In fact, I might decide to get one. But if I get another tree, the only other tree I really want badly is a dwarf avocado tree. I know I can't grow mangoes, but I can grow an avocado. So that's next on the list. But they're very expensive, and I'm gonna have to save my money for that.
Marcel, you're going to be like me. Be walking around talking to neighbors, talk about how fast the trees grow.
What Marcel say? I'm gonna put
She
garden.
found some baby oaks growing.
Oh, nice.
That last one I cut down came up from an acorn years ago, and it's got a stump probably close to 30 inches across.
Oh, wow.
It's huge. I couldn't. That's why I tell my neighbors, you're getting old when you talk about how fast the trees grow.
That's right. You're getting old when you wonder if you're going to outlive your dog.
Because when I bought this house, there wasn't a tree on the street.
Really? They just
They
wiped
just
everything out and started building
well,
houses?
these developers come in, they just clear out everything. They kill every piece of vegetation there is,
That's so disgusting to me.
build houses, then they turn around and put a $6, you know, ash tree or something, some trash tree in the front yard.
Trash tree. That's what I think crepe myrtles are, trash trees. I don't think there's a tree on the planet that I despise any more than a crepe myrtle.
I've got one at the corner of the house. It just does its thing. I should keep it trimmed back, but
Well, I think they look great when you have enough room for them and you plant them away from
they
everything.
need to be more of a specimen out
Yeah,
there by themselves where they can get their
right.
full natural shape.
Exactly. But as far as, ugh, I hate them.
Yeah, Marcel, the deer may eat on them trees, so putting cages around is probably not a bad idea.
In fact, if I can find this picture, you won't believe it. Okay. It might take me a few minutes, but I'm going to find this picture because,
Isn't that the way it goes, Marcel? Stuff we leave alone and ignore it does the best.
don't it?
We kill it with kindness.
Yep. Yeah. That's how it works. Jeez. Okay. Hey, honey.
What?
Not you. He's sleeping on the couch. Okay. I was going to get him to find it for me. I have a picture of me cutting down a crepe myrtle.
Does
And
it have sound?
I'm sorry.
Does it have sound?
No, it doesn't.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, it does not. Oh, I miss that garden so much. Oh, let's see.
Well, Marcel, that stuff coming up on its own, that's a good sign to make it on its own because it's
That's true.
got to be native.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't some Frankenstein hybrid that somebody's put together in a lab. You got a baby all your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay, I can't. This was my old garden at my old house. Oh
Look at
shoot.
there, what I figured out.
See that?
Oh yeah, look at that. You had a lot of stuff out there.
I had a ton of stuff out there. It was crazy. And I loved every minute of it. This one's going to be better though. This new garden that we built, you're not going to believe the difference. It's cuz I mean, I don't know if you remember what the old one looks like, but if you don't, you can always go back and watch, an old
Uh huh.
video. But it's nice. I'm very very tickled with it. Poppy did an amazing job. And this garden here that was at my old there it is before it was um oh, come on.
Oh, you got some windows hanging out there.
They were I'll tell you there. I might have some windows somewhere, but those tall things
Yeah.
are somebody was throwing away one of those gazebos.
Oh, okay.
We went and took the corners and I used them for trellises.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And Poppy made me um, planters out of old tires from his job. And he took them and turned them inside out and cut and made like flowers out of them. They were so pretty. And so we painted them all different colors. And it was a neat place. Um, and I was so sad to leave it when we moved, but I knew it was necessary. Aha! You ain't gonna believe this. Wait, let me. That
Yeah.
is
Look
great.
at that.
I cut down. That thing where I am up on top of an 8-foot ladder
With a chainsaw.
with a chainsaw
Seeing you were lecturing me for being on a ladder.
and a great big smile on my face because my nemesis was gone. And there he is. That's what was left of him.
Hang on, there we go.
You should
Oh
have
yeah,
seen
that was
how
huge.
it was enormous.
That was huge.
When I sent a picture of it, it was probably 30 feet tall. And when I sent a picture of it to my dad, he said that tree had to have been there at least 25 years, at least. And he's probably not wrong because
Probably longer than that.
possibly,
I've got one. I've got one in place 30 years. It ain't nearly that big.
really,
Yeah. Because my ex planted it at the corner of the garage, and I said it was too close. And sure enough, it is.
yeah.
She's not here. She's gone, but the tree's not.
Tree's not. Good grief!
I think I won.
I think you did. Boy, I had fun cutting that tree down though. And here's the funny thing: it got me back. Poppy was burning off limbs as I was chopping them out.
Uh huh.
Well, this apparently I'm extremely allergic to the smoke from the crepe myrtle tree. Swear to you, I could not breathe through my nose for 4 solid days.
Wow.
Not even a breath. And I took every kind of allergy medicine I could, and finally it went away on its own. But I was this close to going to the doctor and finding out why I couldn't breathe. Now I could breathe through my mouth, obviously, or I'd be
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. So now every time Poppy burns up a crepe myrtle tree, because everywhere we go we cut one down, um, he makes me go in the house. He's like, "You get out of here. Get out of here."
Well, I've got a little oak tree coming up
Mm-hmm.
over in the middle of my wax leaves. About it's maybe 3 foot maybe 4 foot from the sidewalk, coming up on its own. I think I'm gonna let it go. But I got another one up right up where the other one came down, a little trash tree. I'm not sure what it is. I've,
Yeah.
I've been putting that off for about 6 months. It's about maybe 2 inch on the trunk now.
Ooh. Careful.
So I'm gonna wrap a think I'm gonna wrap a ratchet strap around that thing and yank it
Put
out with
it
the
out
car
there. Yeah,
while I still can.
I would, because you'll be sorry if you don't, if it's one of them trash trees.
But I got a big open area where that other tree came down. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I can't do too much digging there because we did grind the stump down, but only about 2 inches below the dirt.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, they say they rot eventually,
Eventually they will, I guess. You
but
know,
I
I've got a uh it's not a crepe myrtle. What the heck kind of tree is it? I don't know. It's in my neighbor's yard, the 2 story next to me,
mean,
back in the corner, and that thing was growing up, over my greenhouse,
mm-hmm.
over the neighbors. They had a trampoline back there for the kids. Kids would jump up and grab those, swat those branches, stuff like that.
Oh,
So when the people moved out of the house, they were renters.
yeah.
I caught the real estate guy over one day and asked him. We talked for a minute, and we was standing right there at the property line in the front yard. And I said, if you look down that fence, see that tree way back there in the corner? I said, that thing's rubbing the gravel off my shingles. I said, you care if I trim that back? He said, you can do anything you want to with it. Charlotte, I cut that thing down to the ground
Oh,
with a chainsaw.
good.
I took a 1 inch paddle bit, and that thing is probably, 9, 10 inches long.
Right, right.
I drilled holes in that stump, probably a dozen of them, as deep as I could go, filled them full of salt, hit that with Roundup 3 weekends in a row. And I'm
Yeah.
here to tell you that tree has grown back bigger than ever.
No.
And as soon, I don't know what it's going to take to kill that tree, but I could not believe it came back.
I can get that tree dead for you. I'll tell you why. My brother he used to be a golf course maintenance supervisor.
Uh huh.
That was what he did. He was like the superintendent over the maintenance crew. And that's what his profession was killing things that ain't supposed to grow on the golf course.
Yeah.
And I can find out what kind of stuff it's going to take for you
I
to
dumped straight Roundup down in those holes
see. I can't imagine.
and all around it. I mean, I burnt the grass up around it for about 6 inches all the way around it.
Mm, mm,
I can't wait for the.
Robbie.
I mean, as soon as those people move out, I'm jumping that fence. I'm cutting that dude down again.
You jump in the fence.
I'm what I did before.
I would. Okay, let me see.
Copper nails, huh? You think that'll do it?
Try. It's called Garlon. Garlon. Is a selective systemic herbicide used to control woody and herbaceous broadleaf plants in commercial and protected forests, like glyphos- glyphosate
Easy for you to
and
say.
picloram tricloper. The Garlon controls target weeds by mimicking the. Oh, wait. This is what he told me to use.
I need some Agent Orange.
This is he. That's what I use to get rid of dollar weeds. Hang on, just a sec. I got another one. There's another one in here somewhere. Robbie, have you heard from Dave? Okay, never mind. This is great. You posted on progress. Blah, 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 blah. I know he sent it to me in these messages. I'm going back years now.
All right, Terry, are you saying drive copper nails into the stump or into the tree?
Oh no, that was right. Hang on, that was right.
And if I selectively put nails in a branch, can I get rid of the branch without killing the whole tree?
Okay, I'm gonna send you this text that my brother sent me,
Okay.
and that way you can look for it because that is the stuff to get rid of the trees. Um, where are you?
Well, I made it a personal mission to get that tree dead, and I failed miserably.
It's okay. We'll
And the
get this.
thing is, I didn't realize because it's on the back side of the greenhouse,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't see it from where I sit in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until it was showing up over the roof
That
that
you
I
were able to
realized
see.
that thing had come back. I
Yeah.
told Vicky, I said, "Is that the same tree?" And I ran over there, and I could not believe it.
Now it's just a mutant. It's like Godzilla.
It's immune to anything I can throw at it.
It's the Godzilla of trees, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle of trees. Oh my. Okay.
Well, I'll see if I can get some of that.
Yeah, that's what he said to you. Now don't let that get in your fish pond.
No, this is in a neighbor's yard.
Okay.
No, it won't bother my fish. It might kill their dog, but they can get another one of them.
I'm not saying nothing.
they've, they've got a dog over. They've got a couple dogs. They got one over there that when it barks, it sounds hoarse.
Oh,
It's almost comical,
oh, oh.
and I don't think it's sick or in pain or anything. I just
You
think
think that's just his
that's
voice?
just his voice,
Oh.
but it just sounds so funny. I'll do that, Terry. That's something I could do on a weekend when they leave home.
Well, what I want to know is where do you get copper nails? I mean,
I bet they're at the
you think they're at Home Depot?
hardware store. Yeah, because they'd use that for these copper awnings and
Oh yeah.
copper gutters and things like that.
Now, could it be a screw or does it have to be a nail?
I'm going to say it has to be a nail because copper's too soft to be a screw. It'd probably twist off.
Oh, I bet it would. I bet it would.
But
That
I
makes
bet they're not cheap.
no copper's not cheap, but one is not going to break you. You know,
Yeah.
you
Well,
only
thank
need
you.
one.
I appreciate that, Russ.
Hey, don't. Thank you, Russ. Thank you. 31.
I was going to do some research this week, but I couldn't remember which bot we talked about.
Nightbot.
Nightbot. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was Nightbot or StreamerBot or what.
It's okay. It's called Nightbot. I I haven't done any research either, but I've also been elbows deep in some other projects, and you know, between the garden and getting that, I'm making a stuffed dinosaur for my 35-year-old daughter.
Well, that sounds like a whole other issue.
It is. It is. Well, she asked me to make it 4 years ago, and I didn't really feel like I had the skills
How
to.
many years ago?
Years.
Was she
Years.
12?
She was, I believe she was a, an older teenager.
Okay.
You know, girls like Violet still sleeps with stuffed animals. She's almost 20. So anyhow, I told her, I said, look, I don't really feel like I have the skills to do that. Um, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, I never did get the skills to do it till recently. I probably honestly had the skills to do it back then. I just didn't know that I did.
Sound like an overwhelming project to
It
me.
was a little overwhelming. Yeah. And but I've been doing it with Jackie and a lady named Renee on her channel, on Jackie's channel, and it's been a breeze. I mean, like I made a strawberry the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the my daughter really likes strawberries. She has ever since she was a little kid. Well, she found this stuffed dinosaur with strawberries on the nose and horns. The horns are strawberries, and the horn on the nose is strawberries. That's why she wanted me to make it. So I've decided to make it for her now and give it to her for her birthday in June.
Does she know
As
you're
a
making it?
No, she don't have a clue.
We,
So
you gonna tell her sorry I'm late?
kind of, yeah. That was kind of the whole gist behind it.
I like it.
So I mean, but I know she is going to be tickled to death, and also it'll be one less blanket that I have to make for her
Oh,
before I die. She can hug that instead. You know. Oh, jeez. She's going on a cruise in November, and I'm kind of jealous, but that's okay. She deserves it. She works hard. Um, they're
look who
going
just
to.
look who decided to join the party.
Hey, Jane Doe, how are you? So she, St. Kitts and Nevis and uh, Virgin Islands and Dominica, the Dominican. Like, like one heck of a vacation, don't it? But I'm terrified to go on a ship out in the middle of the ocean and not be able to see land.
Well, I thought I'd feel that way, but I didn't.
You didn't? She told
Those,
me I wouldn't because there's so much to do on the boat that you don't even really know you're on a boat.
there is so much stuff to do, and those ships are so big,
Mm-hmm.
you can't even tell they're moving. The
Yeah.
only time I could ever tell a ship was moving is when we pulling in the dock or leaving the dock,
Okay.
because they would use side thrusters and stuff, and
Right.
you could feel it moving a little bit. But once we was out in clear water,
Huh.
well, I mean, most of these have got stabilizers under them anyway, which is like an airplane wing underwater. So
Right.
it doesn't even go up and down with the waves hardly. But yeah, my ex took me on there screaming and hollering the whole way.
I
And after we was gone 5 days, I left claw marks on the railing when they pried me off of it.
imagine because I would have too.
It was great.
Okay, well that's good to know. I
Hey,
dang it.
Misty, how you doing? Good to see you.
I did something really dumb. I put my beads in the wrong
Your
uh
beads?
yeah, my little diamonds that I use.
Yeah, yeah.
I put them in the wrong letter, and so I just did like 3 whole rows of the wrong letter in the wrong spot, but that's okay.
Uh,
It'll be all right. I'm just going to switch the 2 letters in that row.
will it be noticeable? Those are pretty small.
I don't think it will be noticeable, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to matter at all. So, we're going to find out. It'll be okay. I can't believe I did that though. I must have been really tired last time I worked on it. I worked on it till like 3:30 in the morning, and I
Oh
know
yeah,
I must have been almost comatose. You
I
know,
would be so blurry eyed.
yeah. I think that's probably what happened. I hate it that I did that though. Number 9. The heck of it is now I got to go through here and find the other one. That's okay. I can do that too. 31. I
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Terry.
I found it. I found out something. What did you find out, Terry?
I'm trying to stay on top of the chat this week
You're doing good because I'm not, and
because I sure, I haven't typed anything all night. I don't think.
yeah, but we can just talk to them as they write.
Yeah, that's what I'd rather do.
Yeah, me too.
So I figured out, I've been having issues with EV Mux.
Yeah.
They got a dynamic scene. You set up these different scenes.
Okay.
So they've got a dynamic scene that comes with the free version,
Okay.
and it's more like StreamYard. There's not a whole lot you can do with it.
Okay.
In fact, the free version, I don't even think it might let you change the background. I can't remember. Well, then they got pro scenes that you can make your own shapes, sizes, move things around, do all the fancy stuff you want to do.
Okay.
But they've also and everything's in layers.
Yeah.
So they've also got a dynamic layer
Okay.
that you can make your own scene, but also make it dynamic. So when people come on, it automatically reshapes the squares, does all that stuff.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
I just couldn't get it to work right. And I finally figured out I had my layers wrong. So
Oh,
dynamic has to be at the top layer in order for that to work. That's
okay.
that's why when you came on, things shifted around. Even if we go up like this should move us around. It added chat this time, but
Yeah. Okay.
so so if Tom or somebody comes on, we can it automatically shift us up and put him at the bottom. I don't have to create any of that myself.
Okay. That's cool. I I was a little confused when you're talking about layers and dynamics, but I get since you showed it, I get what you meant.
Yeah, you use layers when you edit your videos, don't you?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, you're stacking
Yes.
you're
Yes.
you're, you're
Yeah.
stacking different layers, and the topmost layer is what shows up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So this is the same. This is the same thing.
Same principle. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just had them in the wrong order.
Okay.
So when people came on, it wasn't automatically. The dynamic was underneath it, but the new people were coming up on an upper layer.
Okay. I got you.
So it's behaved pretty good tonight.
Yeah. 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 Well, your camera's still behaving too, or my new camera.
Well, it hadn't crashed yet, has it?
No, it has not. And how? What are we at? 114. So that's good.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mhm. You feel it. No, feels
It-
fine.
well, I got the smoky cam on.
How's Smokey doing tonight?
She decided to join the party. There she is.
Oh God, she's so beautiful. I'm kind of mad you didn't send her to me in that package now.
I wanted to lick a stamp, just stick it on her. And,
I bet. I bet. She's so beautiful though.
yeah, she's staying warm in front of the fire.
And she my cat has abandoned me for Poppy.
Oh, really?
Yes. In fact, yes, she's sitting on his lap sleeping while he's vegging with whatever he's scrolling on over there.
Well, this one here has. She always was kind of affectionate. I mean, she acted like what she was. Somebody abandoned her, and somebody finally
Right.
found her.
Right. Right.
So she was always wanting to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was in the hospital, Vicky said this cat just constantly walked the house, looking in
Oh,
room
she
after
was looking
room.
for you.
And when I finally got home, I mean, that's been months ago.
Yeah.
This cat has not hardly left my side since I've been home.
Oh,
I cannot hardly sit down without her being on me.
you're her favorite.
In fact, if I scooted away from the desk now, she'd be up on me.
She'd follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so nice. See, now my cat
Thank you,
Birdie's that
Jane.
way.
Your cat what?
Birdie, she's very affectionate, and I've never had a super affectionate cat like that before. So it's a little different. You know, Julesy wasn't that way. Julesy, he didn't care if I knew he loved me and he knew I loved him. But we liked each other from a distance.
Well, I mean, Smokey really, really likes me at dinner time.
I bet.
Well,
But now,
happy birthday, Madwood.
what?
Terry's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Good grief. But he would come up and give me head bumps, and he had his ways of showing me that he liked me. And plus he slept with me every night. He would sleep right I sleep on my stomach a lot, and he always slept right where my back, when your back goes this way, he would
Yeah.
sleep in the little divot. Wesley would come in and find him like that all the time. But, he's not here anymore, so I don't think I'm going to ever be the same.
Well, it's. I tell you what, I put my dog down. I haven't gotten over that yet.
Yeah, that was he
Booger
was
was my buddy.
he was my soulmate as far as cats go. And he's the first cat I ever really liked. I mean, I never had a cat before, and didn't even think I really liked cats until
Yeah.
he came along, and it was like, oh my gosh, this little boy's my heart. you know?
I have never been a cat person till these last two showed up,
Yeah.
and I mean they're kind of maintenance free. I mean, yeah, I got vet bills and stuff like that, but
Oh
I'd
yeah.
had that with the dogs too.
That's right.
But I've never had to stop people at the patio door while I picked up dog
Right.
bombs out of the yard.
Right. Or I have to have a baby gate to keep the dog from not attacking, but jumping on people when they come to the door. And that is something I really want to break
Right.
him of. But right now, and I don't know if I'm wrong about this or not, but he has so much puppy in him still mixed with teenager.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is as stubborn as a hammer. And I've just now got him to where he will sit and stay out. Okay. When we are outside in the yard, I can tell him to sit. And about 75% of the time now, he does it. And he can stay. But if I turn my back on him, he won't. If I turn my back on him, he goes wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
But he's learning the rules. But now he behaves beautifully on a leash. Doesn't matter where we're at. He does exactly what I tell him to do. But it's that leash that makes him know that he has to. And I
Yeah.
don't I don't quite understand that unless it's just the fact that he knows I have control, you know?
Well, basset hounds are some of the most stubborn animals I've ever been around.
Really?
And people would say, you just can't train them. Well, you can train them. They're just you have to spend more time with them. But I have a cluster mailbox at the end of the block, and
Right.
I'm about middle ways of the block,
Right.
and I would walk my dogs down there to the mailbox and get over on my side of the street at the curb at the corner,
Mhm.
and I would just take the leashes off and sit them on that corner and tell them to stay, and I would walk all the way home and turn around, and the tails would be wagging as soon as I released them. And here they'd come barreling down the sidewalk.
See, and that is what I
You
want.
can train them.
That's what I want with Virgil. And not because I want it's because I'm afraid for him if he gets out in the road, or
Yeah,
if I could have like an instant recall with him, I could possibly save him, or if I could just holler sit and him do it right then.
yeah.
Then it's a safety issue for me.
Look at there. Susie done ruined it for everybody.
What'd she do? Jane Doe was the name of my fantasy football team one year at work.
Should be no girls and men's sports anyway.
Hey, hey, hey. Our money's just as green as y'all's is. I'm just saying. It's not like she was actually, well, maybe she was playing, but still. But still, if she could outsmart them, she deserved to win.
Well, it's a fantasy league.
That's right. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. Sounds like fun, but what do you pick your players and
I
stuff?
have no idea.
I
I have no idea.
don't either. My daughter plays it now and then. Of course, she likes to do the football pools at the restaurant that she works at too.
Oh
So
yeah.
she's always in charge of that. Well, she lost her election.
Oh, she did.
She did, and it's not like it was unexpected
Well, she
because
got her toe in the water and
she
got her
did.
name out there.
And I'll tell you what else she did. She made some really, really good friends in some higher places, and now they're talking about either putting her on the school board or on the planning commission.
Yeah.
So they're wanting to appoint her to something.
Well, there you go. And that'll give her the experience she needs.
Right. So the problem is the person that she actually wanted to win, if it wasn't her, didn't win either. It was a guy that came out of left field who bragged that he was going to win anyway because he was a man.
Uh-oh.
At the
Bet,
debate, he said
bet,
that.
bet that lit some fires, didn't it?
No, well, he won. I mean, even if it did light fires, it didn't light them fire or hot enough. They didn't have enough women go out there and say, "The hell you will," you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's in charge now. For well, he not in charge. It's not like he's the mayor. He's just a council person who votes on issues. But still, excuse me. It's okay. It's okay though, and she's pretty happy with the situation. She knows what she did could have done better.
Yeah, well,
And
you
she
don't know
learned.
if you don't try.
Well, and that's the thing. She's always had such terrible social anxiety, and it it was a win-win for her no matter what she did because she actually did the damn thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't be more proud of her. And she conducted herself with class like the lady that I raised her to be. And I was extremely proud of her.
Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. And made a lot of good friends, which I think is neat. In fact, the alderman or city council person that's in my ward,
Uh-huh.
she met him at one of her meet and greets. Well, I introduced them because I had just spoken to him and told him, "Hey, we're about to go to a meet and greet for my daughter." And I said, "My daughter's so and so." And he's like, "Oh, that's your daughter?" I said, "Yeah. Why do you think I got her sign in the yard instead of yours?" And he goes, "Well, and see, I can't vote for her, but I wanted her sign in the yard anyway because she's in a different district than I
Yeah,
am."
yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, I'll go. I'll go. What time is it?" And I told him what time it was. And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." So I introduced him. "Hey, this is so and so." And "Oh, we've met before, but it's good to see you again." Blah. They're talking, they're talking, they're talking. All of a sudden, she calls me up. She goes, "You're not going to believe this. We're going to a concert over in Mobile next month." I'm like, "Well, all righty then." So him and his wife are going with Erica and her husband to some concert over there. And
Nice. Well, networking's what it's all about.
I guess it is. I used to be all right with schmoozing. I'm not real good at it anymore.
I'm not a very good spoozer.
I'm just not. Well,
There's
when
been
you get
times it would have done me good if I could, but
right,
that's a game I have a hard time playing.
yeah. Um, Once you get to a certain age, you start to see through the BS,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then it's like, what am I even doing here? You know, and that's what a lot of that politics is too. Is telling people what they want to hear with a smile on your face, and you know. And that might be why my daughter didn't win because she's not that person either. She's gonna tell it like it is, you know.
Maybe they knew who her mother was.
They might have. No, they don't know me. None of those folks know me. I stay right here in this house and mind my own stinking business. Now, unless it's people at the school. The people at the school know who I am. Every one of them. They know who I am. Because when something's messed up, I'm going to go up there and have a come to Jesus with everybody.
Hey, I see. I saw in the news they're going to drop your state income tax.
Yeah, I heard that too, but I don't know where else they're going to get it from. I mean, they're going to get their money.
Well, they're going to get it somewhere, but maybe they'll cut some things that don't need to be there to make up for it.
I think no, that won't happen. I think they're going to get it in a gas tax. I think they're trading a gas tax for income tax, and that way, even people who visit the state will pay it too.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of the burden won't be on the residents.
Right, right.
I mean, I'm glad about it. I'm a little nervous because I know they're up to something.
Well, yeah. I mean, they got to have an income, though.
Yeah, and it's Tate Reeves. He
Whether
doesn't do
people want to like it or not, it's still a business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and hopefully they will get more revenue because Mississippi is like one of the poorest states in the country. So I do hope that there's no social programs here to help even the poorest of the poor. I mean, there
Yeah.
is, but it's so little. That even okay. Here's a for instance. In Virginia, when you're a foster parent, you get paid a good bit of money
Hmm.
every month. This is 20 years ago, but they would pay about $600 a month for a foster child.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the rate in Mississippi back then was $208 a month for
Well,
a
I
foster.
don't even feed them.
No, no, and you got to buy their clothes, you got to buy their extracurriculars, you've got to, I mean, just like having your own child,
Yeah.
you got to provide. Of course, some people don't though. That's the thing. Some people don't provide. Yay! Happy birthday, Terry! Is it 12 o'clock yet?
Hey, came talk about bragging.
Yes, it is. 48.
To be 48 again.
Susie, she is definitely planning to keep going. Thank you for saying that, though. Thank you. She does. She wants to keep going with it, so we'll see what happens. 48 years. I wish I was 48 again. I
Yeah,
was, I was kind of hot when I was 48.
I was too.
You were too? Man, I was a hottie back then. Uh, oh well.
I don't know if I mean, I'm sure I've told you somewhere along the way, but me and Vicky met on Match, Match.com.
Oh, no
Oh
kidding!
yeah, yeah, that's where we met.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was 50 and she was 36, I guess. Yeah,
That is so awesome.
that's where we met.
That is so cool. You
So
are getting older, Terry, but you know what? Beats the alternative, don't it?
it's experience now, Terry.
Oh, Susie, hush. Thank you, but hush. Well, I got about 4 rows of this done. I guess I really don't feel like doing this anymore tonight. I have all to do it tomorrow. Poppy has to take Murphy to get. We have to get him a pair of shoes that we can take the soles out of because the podiatrist gave him a what do you call those things? A lift? Like no, an insert.
It's an insert.
Yeah, to help support the bone that he broke. Even though it's healed, he's still having pain there. And so she gave him this insert to kind of keep it lifted up like it's supposed to be. And she also gave him a ankle brace that is kind of like a sock with the toe out of it.
Okay.
So like a compression thing. And so we have to go get him a pair of shoes where he can take the sole out and put the insert in. And I think I'm just going to get him an old pair of Converse because the support in those inserts is beyond belief. So who cares if I just get him a pair of flat-footed shoes, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They're fairly reasonably priced. I'm tired of paying $120 for tennis shoes.
That's tough. That's tough.
And that's it during the beginning of the school year, that's about what they cost for a good pair of shoes, you know.
That's true, Susie.
Yeah, Susie, I think so too.
Ah, to be 65 again.
No kidding. To be 48 again, good grief.
And know what I know now?
But then again, see, if I was 48,
Stay off a match.
you better quit it. You stop that. I'm not going to say nothing, but you know what? Miss Vicky's a sweet lady.
She is. She's a keeper.
She is. She definitely
It
is.
took two practice wives to find this one. And I get this one raised, and I'm not having it anymore.
I don't blame you. I tell you what, if something happens to Poppy, I'm not doing it ever again. No, I'll rent a husband maybe once in a while, but
That's
it.
kind of the way I'm looking at it.
That's it.
It'd be cheaper.
Darn right. Well, less aggravation. You know?
Good night, Russ. We'll see you. Thanks for stopping by.
I think I'm gonna buy me some paint and paint this back wall, all this, so I can
God.
or buy a curtain and just pull it over and have like a background, a pretty background, because this is just white on white on white on beige on green skin. And
I really like the green screen. That way I don't have to clean up the room or anything. It's rolled up like a blind.
you see, I didn't clean the room, right?
Yeah. But the green screen, I've got it rolled up like a blind hanging from the ceiling. So all I got to do is pull it down. Pull it down and put anything behind it that I want.
Huh?
I'm not really at the cabin.
You don't say. Marcel, are you leaving us? We've had a busy day. I'm going to go get some sleep. Thank you for coming, Marcel. Take care. It was good to see you.
Yep, I'm glad you stopped by. Now you're going to have to give us a tree report.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Dad's got 2 oak trees planted in his front yard that one of these days are going to be great shade. I think he planted them maybe 10 years ago or so. And they're good sized trees, but they don't have the big trunks yet. They're probably less than a foot in diameter, and they might be 12, 15 feet tall, but they'll grow.
Susie, that is my cat.
Yeah.
Now that's a green screen on the fire, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the fireplace is fake, but the cat's real. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break, okay?
All right. I'll hold the fort down. Well, Susie, you're not leaving, are you? Yeah, Susie, this is the Smoky Cam. She's by my side all the time. This is a stray that the neighbors behind me, when they moved, they just left her. So it took her about 2 months to adopt us. And we just feeding her and kind of taking care of her. And once I paid the first vet bill, I decided she's mine now. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Well, Susie, it might be a long haul. Let's see, we can... Thanks, Susie. Well, we can have some... let's see, where's it at? We can have some... We'd have some Charlotte's missing music coming. I'm assuming y'all hear that. But no, that lady behind us, I can't believe she left that cat, because they'd probably been gone a month before we realized that they had moved out to the house behind me. So this cat here showed up on my deck, and for probably a month I didn't talk to her, make eye contact with her. In fact, I wouldn't even go outside half the time, just hoping she'd go find a place to live. But I just hadn't realized at the time she had found a place to live. So she's here now. Yeah, she got some weird coat on her. That's why I call her Smokies, because of the barbecue pit.
Hey, Grumpus, I'm back.
All right.
How do I make a picture in this little circle here where my voice?
Let me look down here.
Okay.
Down on the bottom when you first came in,
Yeah.
hover your mouse over
Setting.
that square, and you got the 3 dots.
I don't have 3 dots. That's okay.
Down at the very bottom left.
Oh, at the very bottom. Okay, I got
The
you.
bottom left, you got the 3
Avatar.
dots.
Got it.
It says change it avatar. There you go.
I got it. Thank you. Okay. What am I gonna put here? Yeah.
Yeah, Susie, sometimes I'm too soft for my own good. But thankfully nobody watches this, because I got a rep to keep up.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna use that one tonight.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you. I made a thumbnail with that, and I really liked it a lot.
Now, is that AI?
Not that one. What? No, not that one. That's just a photo that I got off of Canva.
All right, this is for you, Nicole. See if I can get her to turn around.
Smoky Bones. Smokey.
You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi to everybody?
Oh, she's so pretty.
You gonna say hi? Oh, look at the camera.
Can you believe how ugly she was when she was a kitten?
She's pretty scrawny.
She looked like a drowned rat. She did.
She is not scrawny now.
And now she's just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, she's pretty spoiled.
Yeah, she definitely adopted him. Definitely. So I'm making a chicken stew.
Oh, right now?
Well, I've got the chicken in the oven. I'm baking it so that I can pull it off the bone, because it's thighs with the bone. And I'm gonna make it when I'm finished. It's really an interesting recipe. Really interesting. It's got sweet potatoes and
Oh,
black
wow.
beans and cumin and paprika and all kinds of good stuff in it. I'm thinking about putting a little bit of kale in it. That's corn. Corn goes in it. I'm kind of excited about making it. I haven't made anything. You know how when you eat the same thing over and over again, you just kind of get tired of it?
I understand that 100%.
That's what we've been doing. And I'm like, I got to make something different. Something that's, just different. So,
Did I tell you I made chicken and noodles for my mom when she was here?
oh, yes, you did. But you didn't tell me how it turned out.
Yeah, it turned out great.
Oh, good.
I was trying my best to get her to, I just wanted to do a video
Yeah.
and get her in it.
Mhm.
somehow, but she wasn't feeling good, and she's camera shy anyway.
Oh.
But no, we've got Grandma's old recipe, and everybody keeps struggling try to work it. And I told her I was doing it with biscuits, and it come out just as good. She
Oh.
wanted to see how that worked, and it worked out great.
Oh, good.
I went to Walmart and got a roasted chicken. I didn't even cook my own chicken. I just threw it in a pot of stock for a few hours until I could just pick it off the bone, and did
Right.
it that way. But she lives by herself,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that's something that she could do pretty easily. But
That's
she just
right.
turned 90.
And
Oh,
also, it's a meal that she could make and have it, like, separated into, different,
oh yeah,
whatever, put it in the freezer for herself and just microwave it or whatever she wanted to do with
yeah.
it.
I really, really, really wanted to make a video with her just so the family would have it,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I couldn't. I couldn't get her to do it.
That's so
I
unfair.
wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna make her mad. Get
Yeah,
on
that
camera
no,
mad.
you wouldn't wanna do that. Don't do that. She, I'm
But
just
she couldn't
happy.
believe how good it come out.
Good.
She
I'm
said,
happy.
"I've been making all this mess all this time." I said, "That's kind of what I was thinking when I come up with the biscuit."
Bless her heart. I'm glad she was able to come and visit with you, though.
I was too. I think she had a good time.
Good, good. Good night to you and Nicole, ma Oh, good
Oh, I
night,
did. I missed
Terry.
Terry. I missed Terry was leaving.
Look here, don't party too much tomorrow now or today.
Yeah, don't get out there and break a hip or nothing.
That's right. Or end up in jail. Nobody here got money to bail anybody out.
I was telling Vicky this morning. She asked that I need. I told her I need to pick up a couple briskets and grind them up. I don't have any ground meat.
Okay.
I done ran through all that I done here a while back.
Right.
I think I'm gonna get 2 briskets and a pork butt and grind them all together.
Oh, that sounds good.
Add that pork to the brisket, and kind of it's got some fat in there with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, my nutritionists say that's probably not the right thing to do, but sound like the right thing to me.
Sounds like the perfect thing to me. I
I
mean,
went I went and saw my ladies at the cardiac therapy that I was going to. I
right.
I finished that up about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I went back to see them Wednesday. I was up that way, so I stopped in to see them
Right.
and talked to him for a little bit. And the one lady, I'm gonna guess she might be late 30s,
Okay.
maybe a little younger. And she was always talking to him about food and what to eat and things like that. So
Mhm.
she asked how I was doing. I said, well, I'm not eating as much as I was.
Right.
She said, well, just make sure you have a salad with when you're having your barbecue. And I says, I do. I have onions, pickles, and jalapenos. That's 3 vegetables. That's a salad to me.
It's hilarious. Pickles, onions, and jalapenos. All right then.
I thought 3 vegetables that constituted a salad.
Well, those are 3 vegetables too. But I don't think that's all that necessary. I mean, I think the main thing to stay away from is sugar. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion and the way you know, eating low carb for me helps my cholesterol stay low and
Yeah.
helps me feel better. So that's the only reason I do it.
I mean,
Um,
I try to keep an eye on it, but I don't dwell on it.
well, like I told you before, it took you 70 years to get where you were.
I mean, if I want a hot dog with chili on it, I'm going to eat it.
Right.
I'll just only eat one instead of two,
Instead of,
or I'll eat 3 instead of 4.
there you go. There you
But,
go.
you know,
See, now I can't eat like that.
my idea of cutting back is not going back for seconds.
Right. And that, you know what, though? That is cutting back.
I
It,
think so. It is for me.
it dang sure is. And, especially when you're talking about a big old barbecue beef sandwich or something like that. And
I mean, my kryptonite is potato chips.
woo,
I'll open up I'll open up a family size bag and I'll sit in here and watch YouTube videos with my feet propped up and the
well,
cat
it's
sleeping in my
all.
lap. I'll kill that whole bag in one sitting.
I've been known to do that with those Brock's pumpkins.
So what I started doing and what I've been doing is I put the chips in a bowl, like a cereal bowl. Put the bag away, and once I get in here and kill that bowl of chips, and there ain't very many chips in a bowl,
No, there's not.
I'm too lazy to get up and go get more at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
So that, in my opinion, that's cutting back.
It is cutting back. I mean, it's a bowl versus a bag. How many bags, how many bowls can you make with that one bag of
Oh
chips?
gosh,
Three,
probably
four,
6 or 8.
six. Okay. So, yeah, it's definitely cutting back. I'm sorry. I'm dragging my.
But I was, they told me kind of watch my salt, watch
Mm-hmm.
the sugar. So I mean, I watch everything I put in my mouth.
Watch it go right in the mouth. That's right. Look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty funny when I told them about my barbecue salad.
I bet they rolled. Good grief.
They're
Oh, did
probably
you hear
probably
about
glad I
that?
finished my classes.
Oh no, they won't. They probably said you were needed remediation. Yeah, we shouldn't have let you go. You need to come back. Oh goodness, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Jane. Okay, I think we were talking about collabing, so this is on both channels. I think you have to be signed up for EVMux too. I think that's the way StreamYard works. I think
Oh, okay. I do have an EV Mux account. I just don't pay for it. Do I need to pay for it
I don't know.
to be able to do that?
I don't know if it has to be a paid account or not.
Um,
We might have to look into that.
yeah. What? Let's look into that.
I really need to get hold of South Florida Sunshine. I need to get hold of her and see how they do it.
Okay.
'Cause,
Um, yeah, because it's telling me to log out. So yeah, I'm in. Now that doesn't mean that, like I said, I have an account, but I have the freebie account.
yeah.
So if I need to pay for it, I can.
Well, I don't know if it's worth it or not.
Well, I don't know if it is either, but we'll see, won't we?
I mean, my live streams, I mean, they've been dragging in 40, 50 cents a month. I looked the other day, when it was 2 weeks old, it would have been 15 cents.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what mine are doing.
I
I
mean,
have,
I'll share that with you. I don't have a problem with it.
yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Um,
But I
I,
don't know if it's worth $25 a month.
right. I'm trying to see real quick. Ooh. Oh, yeah. The last one I did, come on, 62 cents,
Yeah.
50 cents. One of them I did $15.77.
How old alive is that?
Um, it was just 2 hours, but somebody super chatted me.
I mean, when was it?
Oh, when was it? It was March 26th.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I was really surprised, and I'll tell you what happened. I'm sitting in this live, and this person comes in, and the name on it was Logan. And I looked, and I have a son named Logan, the
Uh
one
huh.
that just had the baby.
Okay.
And I said, "Is that my Logan? Is this the Logan I think it is?" And he said, "Yeah." Well, then he started saying some things that my not ugly. He wasn't being ugly or nothing, but just some of the things he said, I'm like, that's not my son.
Yeah.
Not my son. Because my son doesn't speak that way. And then he called me mummy. Because I told everybody, I said, I think this is my son, but I'm not sure. And he says, yes, I'm your son, mummy. Like the British call
Yes.
mummy. And then And then he super chatted me, and it was in pounds and not US dollars. Well,
Okay.
this
Okay.
is definitely not my son. I can't. But he was a very nice young man and even came back to the next live stream.
Well, that's cool.
And yeah, he was really nice. And he had somebody was in there with him um, that had the same name as my son's girlfriend's last name. And that's what made me think maybe it was, but it was completely coincidental. Completely. So I thought it was really funny.
So how's the new little baby coming along?
Oh, just perfect. I mean, perfect. He started rolling over. Yay.
Uh-huh.
But before too much longer, he'll be crawling and making my son crazy.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
Time,
looking
time,
forward to that.
time to buy new tennis shoes and get ready to climb the walls.
That's right. But it's all part of it. And my son, he started selling cars at Christmas time. He quit his job. He was so mad with them. And he'd been with them off and on since he was probably 16. And he finally said, "You know what? Y'all are just blowing smoke up my behind all the time. And you just want more and more and more and everything I have to give. And I'm not willing to give it anymore."
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, "Well, when you grow up, you're not willing to take as much crap as you are when you're a kid because you think you have to take it when you're a kid. And now you're an adult and you realize, I don't have to take this."
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
you get to that age where you realize I'm the one that should be dishing the crap out.
that's right.
I shouldn't be on the receiving end.
Right. So he started selling cars at the Ford dealership. And last month, he sold over 15 cars in a month.
Nice.
And so he's getting this weird bonus thing, and he's getting something on top of that. But the month before that, he told me he made $10,000. I'm like, good God, maybe I need to go sell cars. It can't be that hard. No,
People walk in with money, they're ready to spend it. You just happen to meet them at the door.
right? And and last month, I'm sure he made more than that because he made the bonus. And he was so happy, though. He called me up, Mom, you're not going to believe this. I sold blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I am so happy for you. I said, I just hope that you're smart enough to open your own bank account and throw some of that money in your own bank account.
Yep.
Pay the bills, do whatever you got to do for the family, but then hold some back.
There's nothing wrong with putting a little back.
No, there's not. There's nothing wrong with him putting a lot back. He's not married in
Well,
there.
what's it been now? 7 years since I bought that pit.
Mm-hmm.
At first, Vicky told me just get whatever I want. She just didn't realize what I wanted. but, but
Famous last words.
but that aside, I mean, I spent a pretty good chunk of change on it. And after I had it and everything, she said, I'm still trying to figure out where you got that money. I said, well, that was my running away from home money. She said, what? And I said, I've always had some running away from home money in case I decided I'd had enough and just disappeared.
And now
I decided I'm going to hang around. I wanted a nice pit if I go stay here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
But I'd had that money sitting in an account for probably 20 years.
Wow. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. It is great for him. I'm so happy for him.
I mean,
It's a smart thing to do.
people have asked me a lot, because I don't have any tattoos or anything like that.
Right.
And I told them, I said, if I decide to disappear and I end up out in the Pacific on an island somewhere, I don't want them identifying the body from a tattoo.
Good Lord.
If if I drive an armored car to the Caribbean, I don't want them to identify me because I got mom on the side of my arm.
Wow. Wow. Gosh, maybe I should get my tattoo burned off.
I'm just I'm just saying I want to blend. I don't want
Right.
any
You just want to turn to dust.
if they figure out who I am, they're gonna have to work for it.
Right. Oh my gosh. Now you'll run away only if you can take the grill too.
Well, that could be a problem.
And how much does that pit weigh?
Uh,
2,000 pounds?
when I picked it up, I asked him, I said, "What do you reckon this weight?" Because we put it on a pretty small trailer.
Right.
And he said he had estimated about somewhere around 15 to 1600.
Oh, good God.
So, you know,
It's going to be heavy to take with you. It's
I
like
guess if I ever
dragging a
sell the
can.
house, they're going to have to negotiate the pit into the house.
Right, right. Oh my God.
That's right, Susie.
What did she say? The dark side of Grumpus comes out after midnight. Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, if you stop and think about it, how many times have they found somebody that's been missing for 20 years down at, he's running a bar down on a beach someplace, and they find him because,
Because of his
he
tattoo
had
or
a lightning bolt on his forearm or something stupid like that. And, man,
right. Well, Poppy's going to be extremely identifiable.
I mean, I'm not trashing them. I'm just saying that it's not
Right.
for me. That's
Right.
my reason.
Yeah. It makes
I got
sense to me.
I got dental records. I don't need my name stuck on my shoulder.
Right. 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 I don't know why, but it's got to be allergies. I was out in my garden
It's got to
all
be.
week.
I've had a dry cough for a week.
I'm sorry. That's why I'm sucking on this tea because I know what'll fix it. I'll be right back. Let's see.
Oh, there is.
This. You ever have a dry cough or a sore throat? That stuff is amazing.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
I need to get some of those put in my drawer at work.
You should because this stuff is great. And there's, let's see, 20 in each bag. I like the flavor. It's honey. And, well, it says honey and echinacea. I don't know what echinacea tastes like, but the flavor's not bad and it's not offensive. Kind of like Halls. The Halls cough drops. To me, those are just a little too much. I don't mind the menthol.
Well, I don't mind the halls, but after one or two, man, it starts bothering my stomach.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we was going to have a yak there for a minute.
What?
She made a
Oh,
weird
she
noise,
made a noise.
a little gun shy.
I have one cat that has long hair, Boots, the black one. And I have to buy a certain cat food for him so that he doesn't,
I hear you.
you know.
Well, Smokey eats about 4 to 5 times a day,
Mm,
but
mm.
only in little tiny portions.
I see.
Because if I could put I just open a bag and lay it out there, and she'd just eat until she just passed out. But
Oh,
she won't pull off of it. I
right.
wish. Now the other cat, I could just leave a bowl out all day long with dry food in it. She just come and
There you
go. But Smokey, I don't know if it's from being out on her own so much,
go.
but she'll scarf down everything she can get hold of.
I'll tell you a funny story about our cats here. The little road, the stray that we picked up on Halloween, spooky.
Mhm.
Well, it's super obvious that she was a stray cat who probably went hungry quite a lot. I have to feed
Okay.
her on her own plate. The other cats will sit in this kitchen and wait for me to put the food on the plate because I use plates, I don't use bowls. And then I put it all on the plate and I put the dry food on top and I try to make it pretty for them. But that one meows the entire time. Meow, meow, meow. And then when I go to walk out the living room, she knows I'm going to put it down. So what I have to do is get her plate, take it over to the table in the living room, scoop some off onto her plate, put it down over by the chair, and the other ones eat by their cat wall. They never mix. The
Oh,
three
darn.
the three other ones, they will eat off the same plate together in peace. But if one of them goes over to the baby's plate, she starts growling and meow, meow.
Well,
She's like,
Smokey had her first whipped cream experience the other
"Oh,
night.
what did you do?"
Well, I mean, my other cat, Kitty, if you open the refrigerator door, she was right there meowing. She wanted whipped cream. So I buy whipped cream just for the cat. So, and I hadn't done that since she'd been gone.
Yeah.
So the other night I come home with a can of whipped cream. Vicky looked, she says, "Is that for the cat?" And I says, "Yes, hopefully she'll share."
Oh my gosh.
But she was a little taken aback from being cold. But she got had it all over her face. I mean, she
Oh, I
went
bet
for it.
she loved it.
She loves that. It's just I think it's just sweet enough. It's milk.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty good cheap treat, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not terrible for her. It's
She didn't get that much. I mean, maybe once every 3 or 4 days, I'll give her a little
a little squirt.
teaspoonful, maybe.
That's what Wesley does. He shares his milkshake with the cats. He shares everything with the cats. I don't do that. I give them cat food.
When I don't give her people food.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't want to get that started.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't let her lick a plate or anything like that. But
Right.
whipped cream is pretty harmless.
Well, I do let the dog lick the plates because it makes it easier to wash them.
I used to let Booger lick the plate.
But I have to make sure there's no onions and no garlic and no, you know.
Booger'd eat spaghetti if I'd put it in front of him.
Oh yeah, these two dogs would, and they wouldn't care. And then I'd have to end up, taking them to the vet, and that would be a. Ugh. If I sit down with ice cream, my cat tries to put her paw in your bowl. Bring her own bowl.
Now I used to buy Frosty Paws for my dogs.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen those or not, but it's ice cream for dogs. It comes in a little cup,
Hmm.
and man, they'd walk through fire for that. They love that stuff.
Do you buy them at the grocery store?
Yeah, in the ice cream section.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, because supposedly milk's not that, or ice cream is not that good for
Great.
their digestive. But this here, I never tried one, but it looked pretty good. It looked just like ice cream. Hey, Quentin, how you doing?
Watching a movie. What movie did you watch? Um, I take Virgil with us sometimes to go get a Sonic puppy cup, and he goes berserk over that.
Yeah, we used to when we go to the dog shows. After we left, we'd stop get the dog's ice cream at Dairy Queen.
It was great.
But like the Frosty Paws, you remember the little ice cream cups you got in school? You just
Hmm.
had a little lid you peeled off. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
So, and I had the Basset Hounds. They got a pretty good sized head and
Yeah.
a lot of. I mean,
A lot of ear.
Booger would hold that cup with both of his hands, and his lips would just cover that cup, and all you saw was his head just going like this, but you couldn't see the cup at all.
My brother has a Basset Hound, and her name's Molly,
Yeah.
and they have not trained her at all. She does exactly what she wants to do. So they take her home at night. Now, mind you, my brother lives next door to my dad, and they have this buggy side by side kind of vehicle that they drive over to dad's for dinner every night.
Okay. Okay.
And they have their dog with them. No, they don't. That's a lie. They take their dog back with them. Okay.
Okay.
The dog sleeps at their house at night. My brother gets up to let her out every morning when the kid wakes up to go to school. She trots herself right over to dad's house, gets on his back porch, scratches at the door. Dad lets her in, and that's where she spends her day. I said, Dad, you might as well just tell them to leave her there. He said, I don't want that dog.
I understand that.
He would.
Susie, I used to cook for my dogs too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always put a little something extra on the grill if I was out there cooking.
Quentin said, Charlotte, I don't remember actually without going back to Netflix. It wasn't that good.
Hey, I'm the same way. We watched 2 movies tonight. I couldn't tell you the title on either one of them.
Oh, no.
We enjoyed them while we watched them, but I couldn't tell you now what the
And now
title
you've
was.
forgotten everything about them.
I mean, I can watch a movie and then watch the same movie 3 weeks later and won't even remember what was going on.
And
It's
it's
like
like a
watching it for
brand
the
new
first
movie.
time. It's great.
You know what really made me sad this week was seeing that Val Kilmer passed away.
Yeah, that was a shame.
It was.
That
Now, I
was a
don't know
shame.
any details. I know he was too young to go. I mean, he was 65.
Yeah, but he didn't he battle throat cancer for a long, long time.
I don't know.
I think that's what it was.
It just made me really sad because all I remember about him is Tombstone and how amazing he was in that movie. And
Tombstone and Top Gun, I believe.
Top Gun, yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Top Gun. But Tombstone, man,
See, I need to go back and watch that one because I don't remember too much out of that movie.
I remember every line.
See, I
So if you need help,
see I like it that I can't remember in that long.
hmm
I mean, it's good entertainment while I'm there, but I hate scrolling through movies. They saw it, saw it, saw it, saw it, saw it. You know, most of the time I'm thinking, I'll ask Vic, I said, did we see that? She said, we saw it last week.
no, I will say I could watch Tombstone every day and not get tired of it. And I would enjoy it every time.
That's the way I am with Contact.
Oh, I like that movie, but
I
it's
think
weird and
Contact's one of the best, one of my all-time favorites.
do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my take on Contact, okay?
Okay.
You got this nerdy chick
Yeah.
who lost her dad.
Yeah.
She's in this program. She finds this, well, somehow they build this machine to go somewhere to see aliens. I don't know. So she sees her dad on the trip. She comes back. And that's kind of the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that all there is to it? Or is there something that I'm missing?
Well, I mean, you know, she's listening for
Yes. Oh, that's right.
anomalies,
That's right. And then they
and
found it.
they locked into the signal and figured out the code. It really wasn't a code; it was just another language.
Yeah.
They figured out it was a blueprint for
hmm
this big machine,
That's right. That's right. You're bringing it back.
and the big machine. I don't know if it was supposed to be like a wormhole type thing. Because when that whole scene you were talking about, her going through the wormhole and all that, you know, that happened within just split second of that thing dropping in real time.
Right. Right.
And what I take from it is when she saw her dad and stuff, that was just aliens speaking to her in something that she would recognize and understand.
Okay. But how did they know?
They're smarter than we are. They sent us the blueprints for Pete's sake.
That's a good point. That's a good
But
point.
no, I mean, that's it. I like it because it makes you think.
It does make you think. And the thing is, at the end, didn't they say that the experiment failed?
Well, yeah, they were trying to say she made the whole thing up
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because all they saw was the thing just drop.
Fall into the
Yeah,
ocean, right, or wherever they were.
yeah.
It looked like
So,
the ocean, but
they were trying to disprove her,
right.
and I think finally they concluded that there was a millisecond or two in there that they couldn't account for,
Uh,
which was the experience that she had.
was a millisecond.
So I'm saying millisecond. Maybe it was a second. I don't know.
A short amount of time, though.
But it was, in real time, what they saw was that thing drop from top to bottom.
Right.
But that in between time is that whole experience that she had.
Okay.
But yeah, I could watch that one over and
It is
over
a good
again.
movie. It really. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and every time I see it, I feel like I'm missing something. That's all. And
I think I pick up something new every time.
maybe it's supposed to make you feel that way.
It's supposed to make you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've always said only humans are arrogant enough to think we're the only life out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This could very well be the trash dump of the universe right here on Earth.
It wouldn't surprise me a bit. I mean, look, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Quentin, see, we're just talking about it. What is
Contact.
it? Contact. It's called Contact.
It has Jodie Foster and somebody else in it. But Tombstone is probably the best movie of all time. It's just my opinion, but I'm standing with it. Another one, an old movie you should watch is called The Edge, and it's about a bear, and it's got Anthony Hopkins and one of those Baldwin boys in it, either Billy Baldwin or
Now, if you
Alex
like
Baldwin.
if you like movies that make you think,
Hmm.
there's a little mini series. It's 3-part mini series. It's called Childhood's End. That's a real head scratcher.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on there right now or not, but I'm sure if you've done a search on it, you might be able to find it. But yeah, Childhood Ends. It was a 3-part miniseries, so that means it's what, 5 hours long, 6 hours long, something like that.
Can you sum it up in a sentence?
No, because it'll run it for you.
Oh, okay. So it's about the end of childhood.
It's about the rapture
Oh, okay.
into the world.
Okay. So it's an apocalyptic movie.
Not necessarily. You just gotta watch it.
And you know what? Look, there's one chick flick that I always liked. And I'm not usually a chick flick kind of girl. I don't usually like those kind of movies because I think they're stupid. But the one I really liked was with Robin Williams in it, and it was called What Dreams May Come. And they lost their children in a car accident. And then the wife was kind of crazy over it. And then she ended up succeeding in, not being around anymore. No. Well, no, sort of. A lot of things happened, and that's how it ended up. And they ended up meeting up again in the afterlife. So, and it was just really, really,
I think I
really
saw that one.
cool movie.
It sounds familiar. I think I saw that one.
It was a really good movie. I loved it. And it not necessarily the way things went in the movie did I love. I loved that there was so much hope throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a movie of hope, and I really liked that.
yeah. I don't remember the details, but I do remember him in a
Hmm.
in
And
a movie
he
of that type.
He always played such great Bicentennial Man, did you see that? Where he
Yes.
was the robot, oh my gosh, that was a great movie.
Yeah. He did a lot of good movies
Mhm.
for a comedian as crazy as he was.
Yeah.
He played so many serious parts.
Yes, he did, and great job at it,
Yeah.
it made you believe that it was real, you know?
I mean,
Um,
he could do a psycho character really well.
oh, yeah, 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 he was, just a nothing but talent.
Yeah, I hate to see him go.
Yeah, it's really sad, and, you know who else was wonderful? I thought. Now, I don't know. A lot of people don't think so. Remember Phil Hartman on Saturday Night Live?
Yes, I know who he is. Yeah.
And he was killed by his wife,
Yeah.
and I think it was his both of them died in that
Well,
incident.
didn't she kill him and then kill herself?
Yeah, I think so.
In fact, I
Um,
think the police were in the house investigating his murder when they heard the gun go off in the other end of the house.
I think you're right. That was a huge loss, I think, to
Yeah.
the acting community. He was brilliant. Even though he played stupid parts on Saturday Night Live, he still did them brilliantly.
Yeah, I didn't care for Saturday Night Live, so I didn't watch him much.
Oh, okay.
But anything other than that, I liked him.
Right. Well, that's kind of where he got to start, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And like a lot of those comedian actors, even Robin Williams, I think, was on Saturday Night. No,
No, I don't think Robin Williams was.
no, it was John Belushi and somebody. Oh my gosh, was so funny. I was watching a crochet channel the other day, and she was talking about Saturday Night Live skits. And she was saying how they're just not like they used to be. Remember the OGs like David Spade and this one and that one? I'm like, honey, that was 20 years after. I said, what about Gilda Radner? What about John Belushi?
Right when it started,
What
the
about
thing- it was funny the first year,
that was
and
hilarious.
and I mean all the cool kids watched Saturday Night Live, but I
Oh,
never thought they were funny.
oh, real okay. Well,
I mean, I
some
thought
were,
they
some weren't.
made fun of a lot of people, and they had their moments once in a while,
Yeah,
but it wasn't a waste a whole hour or
I
hour
can
and a
agree
half,
with you on
whatever it
that.
was,
Yeah,
for that one little nugget that might come through.
right, right. Well, Phil Hartman, I think, always uh, was one of the nuggets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Robert Williams and Robert De Niro, Awakenings. Oh God, that was a great movie too. Yeah, yeah. But when she was a younger millennial type, maybe even younger than that. Actually, probably younger than that. And when she was listing off all those people, I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, you're wrong, you're wrong. But I didn't comment on her video because I didn't want to embarrass her or make her, you know,
The Awakening. Okay, there it is.
save some of her dignity.
Yeah. There's two movies. Let's see if I can find them to tell you what the name of them was. It was Knowing. What was the other one? Knowing and there's a YouTube channel, Cooking with Rye,
Like the
and
bread,
Cooking with Rye, RY,
RY. Okay.
and he used to write screenplays or books or screenplays for Hollywood.
No kidding.
And there's a one called Knowing.
Uh-huh.
Nicolas Cage was in it that he wrote. And what was the other one? Oh gosh, I can't. Maybe I'll think of it if I don't try so hard. But anyway, he's in the barbecue community. He kind of got away from that. I think he got tired of all of his good stuff ending up on the floor.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah, he two big time blockbuster movies that
Wow.
he was behind, and he's
Wow.
got a great channel. I think he uses 11 cameras or something like that
Oh my
on his
gosh.
videos.
It's all I can do to use one.
I don't know how he keeps track of it.
I
And
don't
there
know.
was one year he put out four videos a week
Oh wow.
for a whole year. He said it like it killed him.
You know what? I put out, let me see. Let me tell you what I did a couple weeks in a row. Okay, since 2, 3, last week I did 4 live streams. The week before that, I did 5. The week before that, I put out 4 lives and a shorts video. And this week I took off. I said
Don't want to burn yourself out.
I cannot keep up that kind of pace. I just cannot.
Well, imagine doing that if you had to edit every video.
Right. No way. Well,
That's what he was doing.
the first year I was on YouTube, I did 3 videos a week. And that was tough. I mean, that was really tough. Thank you, Jane Doe. Thank you.
Okay, here it is. His
Put,
name. Let me
okay.
see what to the bottom. That's not going to work.
Uh-oh, I'm on stage.
All right. Anyway, his name is Ryne.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Douglas Pearson. So he did Knowing and Mercury Rising.
No kidding.
Yes. Yeah. Those are both his. And both of them, I've watched both movies. They're both really good, I think.
I've heard of Mercury Rising.
Mercury Rising is
I can't
who's
say
in that?
I've never seen it.
That's Bruce Willis, Alec Baldwin.
Blockbusters.
Got some heavy hitters in it.
Yeah.
And then Knowing had Nicolas Cage in it.
Okay.
So those are both worth. But I just think it's kind of cool that there's a guy in our barbecue community that had that kind of swing.
Well, and that kind of talent.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You meet people all the time. You never know what they.
You don't know their backstory.
Yeah. Mine's pretty boring, just so you know.
I don't have much of a backstory.
I don't even.
The story's about my back.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just a mom. I had no idea, and I've been subscribed to him for. Oh wow! Susie said she didn't know either.
On Cooking with Rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts out some good stuff. Oh, there's his link. Jane put his link in there. That's good. Yeah, I heard he had a little bit of a bout with an illness.
That's unfortunate.
There it is again.
Hey, Grumpus.
Ma'am?
See down there in the left-hand corner of the screen?
Yeah.
It says listen off stage feeds. If you turn that off and somebody came up, does that mean you wouldn't be able to hear them?
Offstage sounds affecting only you. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
You still hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you fine. But we're not off stage either.
I clicked it. It didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it says listen to feeds who are not on the screen. I don't know if your guests are feeds. That's scary.
I believe they are. Bunch of bottom feeders.
Oh my god. Oh gosh, thank you, Susie. I'm about to get it cut. It's this long.
You just got it cut not too long ago.
No, I had it cut before Christmas. It's time. I got to get it cut again.
All right.
I don't like it when it's long like this because it's hot and it's just it doesn't curl the way I want it to because I actually have wavy hair. It's pretty wavy. I wouldn't say it's curly, but it's definitely wavy. And I like when it's long, it weighs it down and it looks straight, and it's really not. So I like to wear it wavy. And I think I am trying to prefer it shorter now that I'm old. It is thick and healthy, but it's really gray up there. I have a stripe like Grumpus does. If I can,
Wear it proudly. I earned every gray hair.
you know what? I think I'm about to color it and get my color back. Well, you can't see my stripe tonight. Let's see, where is it? I have one. Oh, it's on the other side. Anyhow, I have one. It's not quite as prominent as your stripe.
I don't,
Grumpus.
I don't know if you two did this or Vicky did it, but it didn't always used to be white.
I'm not talking about your chin. I'm talking about your stripe here.
Yeah, I've got gray hair pretty much even. My hair laid funny today.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind the gray. It's just that it doesn't act okay. I'll tell you the truth why I want to color my hair. And you may or may not understand this, but when I have my hair in a ponytail or when I wear it up in the little twisty thing like this, these little hairs on the side, see that? That fuzz? It does that all the time. And it
I
makes
thought that was ear hair.
no. Ruckus,
I
if
mean,
you
look
were
at that.
sitting next to me, I would dump my drink on your head. But yeah, look, and it does that. And I think that if I color it, okay, what happens when you color your hair is it opens the cuticle, it deposits the color, and then when they put the second process on it, it closes up the cuticle of your hair and makes it lay flat. Well, the reason these are acting like this is because the cuticle is open. Not because I've colored it, but because it's gray and it's old and it's just old hair, it's frizzy and all that. So if you color your hair and that cuticle lays down, it will act like it's supposed to act and it won't do that. Ask me how I know. I went to hair school.
Yeah, Quentin Vicky's the same way. I never know what I was coming home to. She'd color her hair about every 3-4 weeks. I
Oh,
mean, I mean, she'd go from brown to red to black to blonde. I mean, she would just.
see,
I
now
used
I've
to tell,
never done that.
I used to tell people I don't have to run around on her. I come home something new every month. So, but she has decided to let it go a little more gray,
Has she?
and then she's going in every once in a while and having a little blonde or something like that put in it, so it's not totally gray. But my brother, I told you my brother was in town,
Yeah.
and he is a lot grayer than me.
Is he really?
He's my little brother, and he's
Is
almost
he younger?
almost on the verge of full on gray.
Oh, wow.
And my dad had he went white.
Mm.
He went from black hair to it never was gray for very many years. He went white, and my grandpa on my mom's side was white headed. So I'm not sure what mine's going to end up doing, but
Wesley's father was white haired when he passed, and he was only 67. Apparently, he had white hair since he was like in his early 40s.
yeah,
Yeah. But Wesley doesn't. I mean, he's a little grayer than he used to be, but my gosh, he's 52 now, and it happens. But I do like that his beard is more white. I like that a a lot.
Now, if I come out of the shower, when my hair is wet, it looks like I've colored it.
Does it?
It
Oh,
it
yeah.
really
Mine
darkens
does
up.
too. When I get out of the shower, mine is almost black.
And if I put much product or anything in it, everybody says I've been accused of dyeing my hair so many times
Oh, my.
from my family.
Let me
And
tell
I
you
said,
what.
no. I said, and I tell them, I says, would I make it look this good if I colored my hair? Is this what I would have picked?
Right, right. Years ago, when I was at my brother's wedding, and I'm going to say this was probably, well, close to 15 years ago, my aunt, who is now deceased, but she was one of these aunts that used to say the craziest thing. Whatever she thought came out of her mouth, okay?
I married one of them.
But she was sitting there, we were all talking, and she looked at me and she goes, "You know, Charlotte, if you didn't color your hair so dark, you wouldn't look so old." I said, "Aunt Kitty, I don't color my hair. This is what I got. This is what the good Lord gave me." Well, back then it was a lot darker because I didn't have all the grays, and it was that dark, like under there dark.
Oh,
And
okay.
um, she said, "There's no way." I said, "Look at my father. Do you remember my father when he was a young person? My hair is that dark." She's like, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you could have got dark hair like that." I said, "I don't color my hair, Aunt Kitty." But I wanted to say to her, she was about 70 at the time. And I wanted to say, "Well, you color yours all the time. Don't do nothing for you." But I didn't say that. She probably would have laughed if I had said it, but no. It
Quentin,
was
I didn't start turning gray till I was almost 60.
really. Well, I'll be 60 this year, and I'm probably 20%. If I had to guess, I'd say 20 to 25%.
I mean, I wouldn't care if mine went all gray
I,
or
w-
white. I don't
well,
care.
I wish mine would go all gray. Then I wouldn't have to deal with all these little fuzz balls hanging out,
Yeah.
because it would all be the same texture. You know, I wish it would, either one or the other. You have a strip of red in your beard and have red in my mustache. The rest of mine is gray. Poppy had, before his turned white, his was almost completely red. But his hair is not red. His hair is kind of a mousy brown color. Like you don't know if it's brown or blonde. And but yeah, he had so much red in his beard. It was crazy. Oh wow, his mom was white-headed when she was
Man, you kids must have been hell for her.
no kidding. What did y'all do to her? Jeez. Be right back.
All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. We'll play some Charlotte Smithson music.
See, that medicine helped.
Yeah, you haven't coughed in a while.
I just did, but that was just one little short one. Oh my goodness. Kind of makes your tongue a little bit numb. Yeah.
Quentin says he doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember.
That
Oh,
sounds like a guilty plea
I
to me.
know, right? Susie wants to know what you're smoking for Easter.
I don't know.
You know?
No. I need to fire that pit up. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty antsy.
Well.
Well, I mean, I had stuff going on last weekend. It rained today.
Right.
I absolutely need to get a video out.
Are you going to get rain tomorrow? Because we're supposed to have some hella storms tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's supposed to rain today, and it did. It's gonna rain tomorrow. And we got I mean, we were sitting out on the deck,
Yeah.
and it got, it's been windy all week,
Mm-hmm.
and it started sprinkling for maybe just enough to get the ground wet,
Mm-hmm.
enough where you could hear it hitting the tin roof,
Okay.
and it for maybe 15 minutes, and that temperature must have dropped 3 or 4 degrees.
No kidding. Like
Right,
that
right
quick.
now it's 56,
Oh wow. I don't know what we are.
and it's supposed to get down to 53 by 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's supposed to happen to us Monday night. No, we're supposed to be 47 degrees Monday night. 47 Tuesday. Oh my gosh, should I cover my tomatoes and
It's showing 43 tonight, 43 Sunday night, 40 night Monday night.
but right now
49.
here where I'm at it's 74 degrees. And
Well, I put all my flannel away. I'm gonna have to dig deep now and go get some of them.
are. And it's 96% humidity too. At 74. Oh god. It was pretty miserable. It wasn't hot outside, but it was so muggy that it was sticky. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know what you mean. It was pretty sticky this morning. We was out drinking our coffee, but that cold blew in.
Yeah.
I say cold. I mean it was 60 something, but it dried it out pretty good.
Okay, well that's good to know. Maybe we'll get some relief. We're supposed to start raining tomorrow at 11. So we'll see what happens. Now, it was supposed to rain today too, but we got maybe 15 minutes of a little sprinkle and that was it. Oh, she wants to know if you have a ham video.
Well, there it is.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of what you could smoke. Why don't you smoke like
I would love to do a leg of lamb, but nobody around here eat it but me.
oh, why don't you smoke a bird of some sort? Like, I don't know, a goose or a duck.
I would love to do that. Have you seen the price of a goose or a duck in the store?
No, I have not. No.
Last time I looked, it was $40 some for a duck,
Oh, for the love of Pete.
a frozen duck. Because I got the wild hair, I was going to do a Christmas goose,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and that thing was like $60 some for a frozen one.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. I'll be right back.
All right. Now, Susie, I didn't say it was any good. I mean, the ham was good. That sounds good, Quentin. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some spares. It's something won't take all day. Yeah, I love lamb, but my wife, I don't know what kind of lamb experience she's had in the past, but she says she will not touch it. But I've got a couple little tiny lamb racks in the freezer, and maybe I'll cook something for me, and I don't know, boil her an egg or something. But for the longest time, Quentin, I was having a hard time, or Susie, I was having a hard time opening up the door on the pit because it was so heavy. And once I got to where I could open it up, it was hard reaching it. But I put it to the test a few weeks ago, and I don't think I have any difficulty.
Good. Ooh. Have you ever smoked with plum tree?
No, but I would if I had some.
I would too, in a minute.
Now I've got some pear wood that I'm still sitting on. That is really, really good on ribs.
That sounds really good.
It's a mild smoke. Let me get rid of this here. There we go.
I like that.
That's our Charlotte. How loud was it on your end?
Just a little bit.
Was it
It
loud?
it could go down about a click.
Yeah,
Just a
I'm
click.
gonna have to adjust that.
Mm. But it wasn't annoying loud, you know what I mean?
Well, it's got a slider here. That's something on EV Bucks.
Oh,
The way it,
okay.
the way it lets you bring it in.
Yeah.
Uh, I probably do a lot better if I just had some music playing and use the mixer here. Got a little bit more control over it.
Yeah. Ew, why don't you do like a tenderloin?
I
A
could do that. I could
pork
do that.
tenderloin. Because that wouldn't be a long smoke.
Now I usually do those on the gas grill.
Oh, do you?
I've got one of the little. I think it's a Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a little skillet, about a 6 inch, maybe a 4 inch skillet
Yeah.
that has slots and it's got a lid. It's got slots in the lid and slots in the bottom of it, and you put your wood chips in that and set it over on your gas grill and let it
I've
smoke up.
seen those. Yeah.
It worked really good. I've tried all kinds of different little tubes and different things like that. Just really didn't work the way I wanted them to.
Right.
This thing here, it does great.
Huh.
Usually I'll put a piece of charcoal in the middle of it and I put my wood chunks. Not,
Hmm.
I put that all around it and I use my torch and start the charcoal.
Okay.
And that kind of gives it a jump start.
Right.
And
Right.
then I'll put it over one of my burners and just take some foil and close up everything on the gas grill and let it hold that smoke.
Yeah.
It does really well.
Huh. I don't fire up my pits all winter, just inside cooks. Getting old and lazy, but I'm volunteering now in retirement.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you don't want to go to seed, Quentin. That'd
No.
be. I mean, if I didn't have to go to work, I'd probably be doing something
Yeah.
once a week, twice a week, maybe.
I was gifted some today. I don't have a whole bunch. I have enough to get the flavor on something that I smoke. Or I'm going to like it too much and not be able to get any more. Yeah.
Well, that's why
That's a risk.
I'm hoarding my pearwood. I don't have a whole lot left.
Or you could do like a chuck roast, maybe.
Well, that costs more than brisket.
That's true. That's true. What about just some
You know,
drumsticks?
the corned beef that I did here a while back, that come out really well. And that wasn't an all day cook.
Yeah. Yeah. For the county conservation and going to DC on the honor flight. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Quentin, that's amazing. My son's going to be in DC
Nice.
Wednesday. They're leaving Tuesday. They'll be there Wednesday.
Well, Susie, what are you cooking for Easter?
Yeah. I'm not cooking, just so you know. I might. I don't know.
Susie, Quentin, if any guys want to come up, there's the link.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to wrap this up in about another 15, 20 minutes anyway.
Okay.
If anybody wants to jump up, what do we got left? Got 9 people are out here still.
Wow. Yeah, ham's always a good choice.
Yep, ham does good. I like the hams because they're already pre-cooked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can put it in there and just add a little extra smoke to it and double smoke it.
Yeah.
I think the one I did was a bourbon glaze.
Oh. Oh, I bet that was good.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
So I need to do something. I put the new stacks on my grill and
Mm-hmm.
haven't even. I mean, I fired the grill up, make sure the stacks, see how they're behaving, but I haven't done a full cook on them yet.
Right.
I want to try them bad boys out. They look kind of crazy, but I want to try them.
There's a video on that for the bourbon glaze.
That's the one I sent you, Susie.
Okay. Oh, Susie, if you want to see a good video, what's the one with the mango salad? The salsa, mango salsa.
That was that the street tacos?
I can't remember. I thought it was a some kind of pork. I thought.
Let me look here. I can tell you real
I
quick.
might be wrong. But man, that mango salsa is to die for.
Oh, that was my jerk pork butt.
Okay, I thought it was
Jerk
pork or
pork
something.
butt street tacos.
Yeah.
Pineapple mango salsa.
Yeah. Drop that link. Drop that link, Grumpus, for
Let's see
Susie to
here.
watch. Cause wow. I tried the mango salsa and it blew my mind. And also you gotta watch his chili video.
Chili come out pretty good too.
Oh man.
I've
That
got
look
lucky on. I've got lucky on a couple of cooks.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's see
She
here.
said send video.
Well, don't watch it now. Wait till we leave.
Right?
I didn't mean to run you off.
I think Grumpus probably won the chili cook-off that time
I think.
because
Let's see
it
here.
looked delicious.
I'm gonna make it easy for you, Susie.
Are you gonna play it now?
No, there's a link to my channel.
Oh, oh my goodness.
For anybody interested, there you go.
There you go. Do you like salmon? No, you don't like it, do you?
I don't like salmon. I've tried it. It's t- it's just too oily and strong for me.
Mhm, mhm.
There's a little town. I've talked about Old Town Spring. It's
Yes.
about 3 miles north of me,
Mhm,
and we found a little restaurant in there that Vicky ordered the salmon
mhm,
because she loves it.
mhm.
And I tried some of it, and it was so good. I ordered some the next time I went in there.
No
That's
kidding.
the only place I've found that does
What did
salmon
they
that doesn't
do
just turn
different?
me off.
Do you think it was just fresher, or do you think they prepared it?
It wasn't. It's just the way they prepared it,
Wow.
and I don't know what it was. It just didn't taste that strong, fishy,
Yeah,
oily.
yeah.
The
I know
salmon's
what
pretty
you're talking
oily,
about. Mhm, mhm.
and I mean, to me, I tell Big Guy, I said, to me, it just tastes like rotten fish. But I
Wow.
love fish, but something about the salmon. But this one particular place, I
That's pretty cool, though.
I found a place that I can eat it.
Oh, yeah, olive oil with salmon is delicious. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then put everything bagel all over, either smoke or bake. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that if I can find some salmon,
If I could find Susie's channel,
right?
I don't think she has one.
Do you not have a channel, Susie? Okay.
Everything baked. What is that, like seasoning?
Yeah, I have some in my cabinet actually.
See, bagels I don't care for either. That's just a
Really?
chewy hamburger bun to
Oh,
me.
I love bagels.
And Vicky does too.
I love the texture of the bread. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has 3 subscribers.
Well, put a link out there, Susie. So
Heck
I'll
yeah,
make it number 4.
we will.
We can get you a couple here tonight.
Darn right we will. Little mayo on the salmon as a base is good for my taste, but Oh, now that sounds okay too.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah. That'll hold that seasoning on there too really well. Now, when I make salmon, gosh, I haven't had any in so long. But I always like to buy the big, you know, fillets.
Yeah, yeah,
Just buy like 2 whole pounds or something of it.
yeah.
And then I bring it home and I run it under the sink and I take the spoon backwards and get the scales that they forgot off of it
Okay.
because they always forget some,
Yeah.
always. And I am not cooking and biting into a scale. Oh my gosh,
I don't like that at all.
that would send me through the roof. And then what I do is once it's baked, I take it and I take the skin off the back of it because I don't like that either. So I just eat the pink parts.
Yeah.
And but I do it with soy sauce and brown sugar, and it's really good like that too. And I just bake it in the oven. Doesn't take but a minute. Well, a couple of minutes.
Now, if I make it down to the coast,
Hmm.
uh, I'll pick up usually pick up a snapper or a redfish or something like that whole, and I'll do that whole on the grill.
Now that is what you should do for
I really
Easter.
like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
And it's on the gas grill, but I'll stuff it full of oranges and lemons
Oh,
and some thyme and just stuff it full and just do it that way.
oh, that sounds amazing.
In fact,
Yeah, I don't.
I did some reds. My neighbor that moved,
Yeah,
he he hollered at me from down where he was fishing once. He said we're going to bring a couple reds home if you'll cook them
yeah.
because they'd never done them on the grill before.
Hmm.
So I cooked them up, man. They like to knock themselves out with their tongues hitting the forehead.
I bet they were delicious. I
They
can't
came
even
out excellent.
imagine. So now you just take the flap where they clean it and gut it and just stuff it in there.
Yeah, I just rinse everything off, like I said, and I'll hit it, make sure all the scales are gone.
Hmm.
And I don't know why, because we usually don't eat the skin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just open the cavity up and stuff it full of whatever I got on hand. Some thyme, a little rosemary, oranges, limes, lemons, any citrus, and
Sounds.
some garlic. I'll olive oil it down real good first, and
Yeah.
stuff some garlic in there, and just let it lay. I don't tie it or anything; just let it lay flat.
Yeah. Now, do you flip the fish?
I do.
You do. Okay.
In fact, I think the last ones I did, I put them on a cast iron plate.
Okay.
I got a couple long fajita type things that
Yeah.
they fit on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they came out really good.
I wonder if I could go find some reds because we got the docks right there. Where they bring them in.
Yeah,
I should be able to go down there and grab a couple. Huh.
you can probably get them right off the boat where you're at.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I get shrimp right off the boats too. And it's cheap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pull the heads off, but who cares? I mean, that's so simple. Blackened salmon and redfish is really good. Yes, it is.
Y'all are making me hungry now.
I know. I'm getting hungry too.
See
And I'll.
now the tater chips are calling me. Did you hear them? I heard them.
They said, Grumpus, we're over here.
We're lonely in the bag. Let us out.
Let us out. I've got tortilla chips staring at me right over there. And
Mm.
because I like tortillas, I know, or the chips. You know what? We have a restaurant here. Now we've got 3 Mexican restaurants within walking distance of my house,
Okay.
pretty much. Well, we used to go to the one down on the beach. Well, then another one opened up, and they were a little better. And I hate to say that because I was really loyal to the first one, but then I started going the second one. I'm like, the atmosphere is a little better here, and the food is pretty good. Well, now we've got another one.
Good night, Quentin.
They have birria tacos.
What
Shut
kind of tacos?
birria.
What
I
is
can't
that?
say it very well. It's a marinated beef, and it's delicious. I don't even know how they do it, but it's a
Is it
double,
like a beef cheek or something like that? Maybe.
maybe, but good God, it's good. It's Birria.
Good night, Quentin. Have a good evening. Thanks for
Good
stopping
night,
by.
Quentin. Take care of yourself, dear.
We will see you next week, if not sooner.
And I love them so much. But the one thing I love the most about the new place is their tortilla chips. For the love of Pete, they are so thin
See,
and
that's what I like.
they are so thin and crispy. And I'm like, how do they get them this way? Why does the other place taste like Tostitos right
Yeah.
now? And then this one is just perfect. It's perfection. So I always get when they bring the chips to the table with the salsa, I always ask them, "Could I get some queso, please?" Because I really need the queso for these chips. It's delicious, and yeah, that's God. But they're so good. I don't know how they get them so thin like that.
I heard somebody say a while back that it's funny here in Texas you'll judge a whole Mexican restaurant by their chips.
Yeah, yeah, isn't that crazy?
The chips and the salsa decide it's the deciding factor if the
Well,
food's
and
any
that's
good or
another
not.
thing. Their salsa is 10 times better than both of the other places put together. And it's not special. It's not there's nothing fancy about it. You pour it out just like you do the other ones, but wow, it's
I
just
haven't I haven't made any salsa in a while. That would be
oh.
something I need to do.
How about okay, fish tacos with the red smoked meat,
Yeah,
okay?
that might work. That'd probably work.
Then you can make your slaw with some sour cream and your salsa. Or yeah, yeah, your sour cream and salsa. Mix it all together with some lime juice. Look, I'm starving
Sound
right now.
sound like you have a video coming.
Yeah. And put some cumin in it and
Yeah, yeah.
maybe some chili powder.
See, when I make my salsa, I roast everything I put in it
Oh, okay,
on the
okay.
grill. On the grill, I like some. Well, if I can get tomatillas, I'll use those sometimes. But
Okay,
generally my tomatoes, I'll use a Roma tomato,
okay.
so it holds its shape better on the
Yes, it
grill.
does, and there's less seeds in it
And
too.
the onions and the jalapenos, I put everything out there and get a good char on all of it,
Oh, that
and
sounds so
then
good.
throw it all in the blender. And that little bit of char is really. I mean, I've seen people char up their peppers and their vegetables, and then they peel them. I'm
I've
thinking, what's the
I've
point?
seen that too,
And
yeah.
what's the point?
There's not a lot of point because that the char is what you want to
Them
taste.
little specks
Yeah.
of black in there is what I like.
Exactly, exactly. Susie said, "Listen to her Grumpus. That sounds amazing."
It does.
It really does. That's what you should do. You should do a video on that. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. The lime juice is the kicker though for the coleslaw with the salsa and sour cream. Yeah. Cooking with Charlotte. Oh, Jane Doe, you're late comer.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a bunch of cooking videos on my channel. A bunch.
Uh, can somebody put Charlotte's
Oh,
channel up there? I guess I could. Well, Jane's
good.
pretty fast.
Jane is fast, man. She is on it.
I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but I learned something today, this week.
What
I'll
did you
share it
do?
with you.
Yeah, do that.
Doing our live streams, for me,
Uh-huh.
I'm always trying to figure out what it's looking like on the other end for you guys. Like
Okay.
when you join the channel, how things look, because what I see and then what you see is different. Same way with StreamYard. What you see and what your guests see is different.
True.
Well,
True.
when you click your invite guest and you copy that link, open up another tab. Open up another tab and put that in there, and you can log in to the channel you got going. So you can have one tab. You can have one tab, the host, and click the other tab, and it'll be the guest view. So you can
Oh, no
so you
kidding.
can test it without actually going live and going private and all that back and forth. So you can actually test. So if I'm over here, what happens if I do this? What and then I can click a new person and I can see what's happening on your side.
That is awesome.
Because I have struggled with testing things out, but I
Right.
don't like to do it while I'm live. But sometimes that was the only way I could get any feedback on how
Right.
things looked and that kind of stuff. So I thought that was pretty clever
That is clever.
and simple.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And let me point out, your camera has not give up the ghost
I
yet.
know. I know. And yeah, it's doing a great
So
job.
you must have had a bad camera,
I think I might have. Yeah.
and it's out of warranty, right?
Yeah. Well, I bought it, a long time before I started using it.
Uh huh.
I mean, I tried it out for a couple of times and then I kind of misplaced it a little bit. It wasn't misplaced. It was in, those 12 by 12 storage bins you can buy to put in shelving.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I had one full of YouTube equipment
Gotcha.
that I set on my shelf in my bedroom. And then I had enough equipment that I started a new bin that I kept out here so that it was more convenient for me. Well, it didn't dawn on me that I'd left my camera in that other bin. So
Ah,
when I was decluttering all my yarn, I found the camera and I'm like, oh, score. I don't have to use a stupid Google, internal camera anymore. I can use this. And then it worked great for like 3 videos and then it started shutting off on me. I'm like, what is going on here? So, but yeah, I probably have had it for a year or more
okay.
now.
Well, I mean, I had 3 of them and never had any problems with any of them. We were live last week.
Yeah, we were live on my channel last week. Oh, I know. I go live earlier than you do.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, because usually on Saturday nights I go live between 9:30 and about midnight. No, 9. It starts at
9.
9. I usually start at 9. Between
Oh,
9 and 9:30.
okay.
Okay? Because sometimes it is 9:30.
That's earlier than I thought.
Oh, is it? Well, since my sleep, I've been trying really hard to
Well, that's good.
maintain my sleep schedule. And so I've started doing it a little bit early because staying on all those like late nights is so hard on me now.
Well, I mean, we're alternating back and forth. We're covering 2
Yeah,
different groups.
yeah, definitely. But
So,
and usually I try to get off of the live stream by midnight, but sometimes it does go till 1. But 1 is about my latest usually because I
yeah, I
can't
try to
do
keep it
more.
around the 3-hour mark, somewhere between
Mhm,
2 and 3 hours.
mhm, mhm.
Oh, and I meant to tell you I was going to send you that camera, and I was looking for the box. I have a habit of hoarding
Boxes?
old boxes,
Poppy does too.
and I thought I know I have it here somewhere, so I'm rummaging around in the closet looking for the box.
Right?
That's when I ran across those silicone cover things.
I love those
So
things.
I had bought I bought a set for Vicky,
Yeah.
and then I turned around. I think I ordered eight packages of them
Oh,
to give
wow.
to give away to my sister-in-law and give away to my sister and give them to my mom. They were just a
Sure.
good little handout thing. And
Yeah.
I ran across a couple more packages, I thought, I don't know if Charlotte's got anything like this, but that'd make good packing for that camera.
Well, I
So-
was really impressed with your Grumpus bubble wrap.
oh, you like that?
That was great. I, that was great. I'm like, how did he do this? And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, I know he didn't order,
Well,
bags with stuff in it. And I'm like, wait a minute, this feels like shred. It feels
I
like
or-
shred.
I ordered those bags for when I send things out, and most of the time I forget to use them.
No kidding.
But the paper out of the shredder just works out just handy. I can make it as full or as light as I need to.
But I thought that was great because it's got your logo all over it. And I'm like, he's always doing this kind of stuff.
Got to keep them on their toes.
Yeah. But no, I do. I love the silicone things. We used it just the other day on. Oh,
I use them all the time. Vicky forgets I have them, but I use them because I got the stainless steel mixing bowls,
oh yeah, I do too. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
if they're nice and clean, man, they grab really good. And you throw them in the dishwasher.
What I used it on the other day was I've been drinking this new Starbucks coffee they've got. It's a limited edition vanilla with lavender, and I like drinking it in the evening. Well, Poppy had made a whole pot of it for us, just to have in the evening, and well, of course, there was a lot left over, so I don't have a pitcher to put it in because the only pitcher I have is my tea pitcher. So I poured it into the French press
Oh, okay.
without the thing, and I took
Yeah.
that thing and put it over the French perfection. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know I needed this.
How did he know?
Now I know. Because I told Poppy, I said, hey, go get me one of those silicone things out. Where'd you get these? Grumpus sent them to me.
You can throw them in the dishwasher on the top rack.
That's what it said. I was so impressed.
So yeah, my mom uses hers all the time. I use ours all the time.
Well, thank
They're
you.
just really handy.
I loved them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So that's what brought that about. I was looking for the box for the camera.
And you're like, oh, look at there. Good packing material. I need to get some more goldfish.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. So the place I usually get my goldfish from online doesn't really have anything worth looking at right now.
Yeah.
And they want like the ones that are fairly okay to look at. They're like $60 and $70 a piece. Plus,
Oh no, don't spend that much for fish.
I want like $30 shipping, and I'm like, no, I'm
Not
not doing
not
that.
where we live. There's too many herons and things like that flying around.
I
I
know,
don't
right?
I don't know if there's any. See, we've got several nurseries around here that cater to water gardening
See, and we don't have
that I can buy fish at.
none.
I have bought the goldfish at just a regular pet store before.
I'm not doing that. Because
I'm not gonna buy them at Walmart
mm-mm.
or anything like that. But
No.
a nice, clean, good pet store, I don't have a problem doing that.
My daughter goes to a fish store. It's called Just Fish. And I bet you they could get some in for me because they kind of specialize in saltwater tanks.
Okay.
They do cater to freshwater as well.
Right. So what exactly are you looking for?
I want the they're called telescope eye
Yeah.
something tail, butterfly tail.
Yeah, butterfly tail, fan tail.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want because that's what little dude is out there.
I
My
mean,
mom,
I think any legitimate fish store that sells aquariums and aquarium supplies and fish and stuff, I wouldn't be afraid to buy their stuff.
and I just want about 3 of them, And I'm a little worried because if I do decide to get a koi pond, I have to have 2 different ponds.
Why is that?
Well, because the koi will eat all the food before the little baby fishes can get over to it. Because they swim like this.
Right. That's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Highly
I'm afraid they
possible.
would starve to death. Yeah,
But in fact, the last time I bought,
I actually would
last,
like to get some pearl scales too.
the last time I bought some fantails at a fish store,
Mm-hmm.
I got to talking it up with the girl in there. She was, I guess it was her place,
Mm-hmm.
and she was getting. So I think I'd picked three of them out, and started asking me what size aquarium I had and everything like that. And I told her, I said, well, I'm gonna put them in the backyard in the pond,
Mm-hmm.
and that piqued her interest. So I had a couple pictures of the pond. And I showed her. I said, this is where they're going to end up. And she said, oh, that's beautiful. And she threw the fourth fish in there for me, free of
Oh
charge.
wow!
She says, they'll love it there.
Yeah, they,
She says, I love it when I know they're going to a good home.
well, at your place, it's the equivalent of going to Hawaii.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, for the fish, they're
Oh,
like,
for the fish.
"Woo, we got it made."
I mean, like that little fish I told you I caught today. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I know it. I know it's loving where it's at now because it blended right in with the other ones its size,
Oh, good.
and it's got. I mean, it's got probably 10 times as much room as where it was,
Right, right.
and it was the only one up there, so it didn't have any other fish to school
They have
around
new
with.
friends.
So I'm sure it's doing very well now. It was
Well,
already up eating and everything.
I don't know if this is right or not, but you hear about schools of fish, right?
Mhm.
Which leads me to believe I don't know if all fish school together or all fish. I know sharks don't school. So maybe it's just predatory fish that don't school. I don't know. But it seems to me that goldfish should be in groups. Koi should be in groups. And my poor little lone goldfish out there is very lonely since he lost his brethren.
Yeah.
And it's been too long. He's huge, though. He's bigger than my hand. He's
Oh
enormous.
yeah.
He's so big. But he seems to really like it out there. Um, I need to get some goldfish that are not so small that he could eat them. Did you hear about the fish that got kicked out of school? No, I did not. What happened to him? He got caught with seaweed.
Well, I think if you buy your fish at like an aquarium store, a fish store like that, you'll get a whole lot better price.
Yeah, and
You
also
get
I
to
might
pick
get a
them out
healthier one.
yourself. And when I buy fish, I buy in odd numbers,
I usually do too.
threes, fives, sevens, something like that, because I think it looks better in the pond.
It does. It does. And see, I'm gonna have to buy even numbers because I have one already.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. But then what if one dies?
But there you go. That's why I buy three. One to die, one to fly, and one to keep.
So I need six. Because I would like to have at least three out there. Um, what I'll do is I'll get six of the butterfly tails, and then I'll get six of the no, three of the butterfly tails and three of the pearl scales. We'll see how it goes.
And you got different tails too. You got fan tails, you got veil tails, you got
Hmm.
butterfly tails, and the
Hmm.
lobes are different.
Right, right. And the
So I
poor
mean,
little pearl scales, the 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 body is like a golf ball, right?
they look like they're so tight that it must hurt.
I know, but they had like a tail this big.
I know, I know that poor things.
But they're adorable. At least I think they are.
Well, now that I got this koi out of the top pond, I'll probably go buy some more fantails.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I like the big fancy tails on the back.
I do too. Now, are you going to buy fantail koi?
No, 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 no. I'm a,
Okay.
I'm a purist. I don't really care for the long
I
fin
don't
koi.
like the long fin kois either. I like
I had a couple,
Hmm.
but they were orphaned and given to me, so that's how I
Hmm.
ended up with them.
Yeah, I'm kind of a purist when it comes to koi too. If I want to buy a koi, I want a koi.
I had one that somebody gave me that I really, really, really liked,
Hmm.
and it looked like the ones you see in the Japanese paintings.
Oh,
Looked like a dragon. Had
with the horns on top.
big long
Mhm.
flowy fins. It had the whiskers and the markings.
Oh, I bet it
It
was
was just a
beautiful.
gnarly looking fish.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but generally I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna buy a, a long fin on purpose.
Right. Right. And that makes sense to me.
But I may go pick up I don't know 4 or 5, probably 5 small little fantails next time I'm
That'd be
out.
nice. That'd be nice. Well, I think too, if you get the the goldfish that don't swim like this, the regular type
Yeah,
gold.
comets, the regular
I think,
comets.
yeah, I think that they can keep up, and get the food that they need from if they're mixed with koi. I think. Don't, am I
Oh
wrong?
yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, some of them you can't hardly tell them from the koi. You got to explain to people that they're different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But for my hobby, I I like the koi because of the size and the
Yes.
markings and everything.
Well, and
But
they're
I
so friendly too.
but like my upper pond, that's probably, if I had to guess, maybe 50 to 75 gallons in that little pond,
Okay.
and it'll hold the little slow swimmers. If
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
really, the problem is that the raccoons got my last ones, and I've had birds sweep down and get them, and they're so slow they can't get away.
Mm. You know what the crazy thing is? Nothing has. I mean, he's been out there for how long?
Well, he's in pretty deep water too.
Well, yeah, about 2 feet.
Now, see the upper pond, which really is just an intermediate spilling pool.
Okay, so it's a little more
It's
shallow.
it's only maybe a foot deep,
Yeah,
11, 12 inches. I don't think it's any more than that.
I see.
It may be 15 inches in the very middle. But
Hmm.
even at that, I mean, I saw on my security camera the raccoon jumped up in the water and was walking around paddling in the water, and the fish couldn't get away from him.
That.
Now the koi could,
Yeah.
and then what really irked me was I found the dead fish,
Oh, come on.
one on each side of the gate of the house. So they didn't even eat them. They just
You just playing with them?
carried them off and killed them and carried them off and left them.
See, that would have pissed me off.
It did tick me off. But they usually travel in pairs. The
Oh,
raccoons do.
did not know that.
So I relocated one, and yet never saw the other one come back.
Okay.
And I've had a couple of varmints back here die of lead poisoning, but we're not going to get into all that.
As it should be.
But I now that I've got an empty spot up there, I'll probably get me some more fantails.
Yeah, I would.
What I really need to do is, and I did this years ago, but I haven't done it in 20 years. Buy the little small fantails. And
Hmm.
what are those? $8, $9 a piece,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes maybe 6.
Uh-huh.
Well, they'll grow as big as a tennis ball in one
Oh, heck
summer.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I need to buy the small ones and then take the big ones in and resell them back to the pet stores, because they will sell a big one like that for $60, $70. You know what
Oh,
them big
yeah.
ones cost.
Yeah.
So if I can get $30, $40 out of one,
Right.
that's a cycle I need to get back into.
Yeah,
I had
definitely.
because I did that with one store, and I had a second store that would give me store credit.
Yeah.
So I went almost 2 years and never bought any fish food.
Well, that's what my daughter does with her fish tank. She has actual fish, but she has all kinds of different exotic coral in there.
Uh huh.
And there's an anemone that she has that You know how anemones usually they look like porcupines almost?
Yep.
Hers looks they have little bubbles on the end of them. It looks like a bubble.
I'll be darned.
Coolest thing ever. And it splits every now and then. So it'll turn into 3 or 4 different anemones and then she'll let them grow. Well, they're very expensive. So she'll take this coral that's this big with all the things, fronds on it, and she'll get like $100 credit from
Yeah.
this store. And then she'll go and buy whatever fish she wants or whatever other coral she wants or anemones. So, but she's actually having a great time with this saltwater aquarium. She had fresh at first
Yeah.
and she wasn't super successful with it. And then she bought the saltwater because she just fell in love with the clownfish.
Yeah. That's what usually sells them.
And she's got 2 clownfish. She's bought one. I forget the name of it. Beautiful fish though. It's kind of purple. Anyhow. Oh, and she's got a mandarin goby. That's a beautiful fish too. Anyhow, she's done super well with this tank and has kept it alive now for, well, it's been over a year. And
That's great. Salt water's tough.
yeah, well, she enjoys it. And she just bought, well, her husband bought her one that she had like a 40-gallon tank and now she's got a 65-gallon tank. And it's enormous. And she's trying now to fill it up.
And the bigger tanks are easier to keep than the small ones.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because especially with salt water, because the water quality can change in an instant in a small
In a
tank.
small tank, that's right.
So bigger volume of water you got, the more wiggle room you got as far as catching things. Well, Susie, this is Grumpus After Dark.
Yes.
It's in the title.
Yes. And we're about to get some crazy weather, Susie. Me and Jane are almost neighbors. We're practically neighbors.
Well, folks, what's it been? Oh, geez,
3:24. I'm getting
3:24. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It does, but man, I'm about pooped.
Let's wrap it up. How many we got in here? I don't know if you notice up in the corner. I got a viewer counter. Top right hand corner or top left hand corner. Is there a little red YouTube on your screen, Charlotte?
No. I mean, it says live. It says 3:24:40.
No. In the screen, just above your head.
No.
You don't see that?
No.
Maybe it only shows up on my end. There's another reason for me to test this thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's showing up on the. It's showing up on the live stream.
Yeah, it probably will. But I don't see it here.
Okay. Well, it shows there's still 7 people out there.
Oh wow. That's pretty impressive. You're drawing a crowd, Grumpus.
A lot of lonely people out on Saturday night.
Not the truth. Okay.
I mean, how lonely? You got to be pretty lonely. You're watching me.
Stop.
All right, Susie, Jane. I don't see anybody else in the chat.
Susie and Jane looks like that's all that's in the chat.
Brent and Ari went to bed.
And all you lurkers out there.
So anybody else? Next week, Charlotte will have this. Be a little earlier.
9 to 9:30, somewhere in there.
I appreciate y'all stopping by. As usual, Charlotte, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Been fun. And hopefully we'll get some legs under us here one of these days.
I think so.
So I'm going to shut her down, guys. If you got anything else, jump in here real quick.
Good night, everybody.
We will see you later. Where's my outro? I know I got an outro here.
No, but I don't know how to leave this thing.
I think Easy Mucks, you just shut it down.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we'll see you, everybody. See you next week.
Good night.